next topic is chapter number 16, theoretical. Yes, fine. Next topic is chapter number 16, theoretical distribution. Just 3 topics are there in this chapter, and accordingly there are 3 formulas, and using that we can solve all the type of questions from this chapter. Okay, it is one of the easiest chapter to learn. People will never learn thinking that, sir, it is theoretical distribution. What is this theoretical distribution? The name itself will not make you feel like I should learn this chapter. So this is not a chapter like I can't learn it. It is a chapter that you can learn it very fast because it is direct application of whatever they are asking, because everything is very direct in this chapter. Now look here. First one is, what do you mean by theoretical probability distribution? So probability distribution, instead of telling it like randomly, we are using in the random variable we mentioned in a mathematical form in the our normal probability, we wrote the sample space and we found the probability and all. Now here in theoretical distribution, it is used for short-term projections. We are going to predict what is going to happen. So that is the reason, or that is the definition for what the theoretical probability distribution. So it will be mentioned in class intervals for continuous, and it is used for what it is used for short-term projection. We will project where it is, whether this is going to happen, that is going to happen. That is the main usage of what the theoretical probability distribution. Now it also have characters. What all the mean is there, median is there, mode is there, standard deviation is there. I told you deja vu will come back. Yes, here also it will come back. In this chapter also we will be learning all these things, and we have different formulas also, very easy formulas. Okay. Now the next thing is, types of probability distribution. We have just 2 types, and that are the 2 types we are going to study in this entire chapter. First one is discrete, second one is continuous. Okay, which all probability types are there? The probability distribution type, 2 types, discrete and continuous. And in discrete there is binomial distribution and Poisson distribution. What is there? In discrete there is binomial as well as Poisson. In continuous there is normal distribution. So these are the 3 things I told we will be learning. Actually, probability distribution is of 2 types. That are the 2 things we are going to learn. But in that 2 things, discrete is of 2 types. What are those 2 types? Binomial and Poisson. In continuous there is one more type, that is called as normal distribution. If these 3 things are done, our chapter is over. Okay, and very direct chapter. All the time questions will be way too direct for us. Now there is something called as parameter. A parameter is a characteristics of a population. Previous year question. Parameter is what? The parameter is a character of population. Now, in order to represent each and everything, different probability distribution have different parameters. That means different characters will be there for different probability distribution. Now, the first one is binomial distribution. In binomial distribution, it is based on Bernoulli's trials. Keep a note. Binomial distribution is based on what? A question can be there. It is based on Bernoulli's trial. Have you heard about Bernoulli's principle and all? Yes. Yeah. When you were in 7th standard, 8th standard, 9th standard, you would have heard about Bernoulli's principle. So it is based on Bernoulli's trials. Now, is it continuous or discrete? Arvind, what do you think? It is a discrete probability distribution, because why are we studying this? The types of probability distribution we are studying discrete, and binomial distribution is a discrete probability distribution. Now, it has how many parameters? It has 2 parameters. Very important previous year question. 2 parameters. Which are those parameters? One is number of trials. Then P is, second parameter is probability of success in a single trial. What are the parameters? The 2 parameters which are n comma p. where n is the number of trials and p is the probability of success in a single trial. For example, I am tossing a coin for 5 times. Okay, if it was in our normal probability, we will find the probability using what formula? The number of n of s will be how much? 2 raised to 5. Then yes, n of a will be accordingly how much we want. Now here what we will use is number of trials is how much? N is equal to 5. Now you tell me probability of success of getting a head in a single trial. You tell me. Yes, p will be 1 by 2. So are you getting the logic? So what are the parameters now? There are 2 parameters. Pallavi, which are those parameters? One is number of trials. How much time we are trying. How many times we tried. Then P is probability of success in a single trial. That means if I do that experiment, how much is the probability of success in one trial? That is the basic meaning of N and P. I'll tell you the previous year question they asked from this. The question is like this. Sanjana, listen here. Yes, question is like this. Which of the following is a biparametric discrete probability distribution? What is it? The binomial. Binomial distribution is having how many parameters? 2 parameters. So it is called as what? Biparametric. Now, what are the parameters of a binomial distribution? N and P. N is what? Number of trials. P is what? Probability of success in a single trial. I'm telling you, you will get 1 mark from this, whatever I have told. Now, there is a probability mass function equation in order to find P of X, right? Likewise, I told you previously we will find it at how many times head happened divided by N of S. Instead of that, we have another equation over here. That is called as P of X is equal to NCX. P raised to X, Q raised to N minus X. N is what? We already told. N is what? Number of trials. P is what? Probability of success in a single trial. Now we need to know what is Q. Q is nothing but probability of failure in a single trial. What do you mean by failure? That means if I can get number of head in a single trial is how much? 1 by 2. When I toss a coin for a 1 time, probability of head is how much? 1 by 2. Probability of failure will be what? Not getting a tail. You remember, probability of not crying is equal to 1 minus probability of crying. Similarly, Q is equal to what? 1 minus P. Okay. Then X is what? X is nothing but number of success. How many times I got head? Got the point? How many times I got tail? How many times I got a 6 on a die? How many times I got a 7 on a die? Will I get 7 on die? No, 0. So number of success will be what? 0 in that case. Are you getting the logic? Everyone, are you understanding this? Now, how many parameters are there? For binomial distribution, how many parameters are there? 2. Which are those parameters? N and P. Now the next question for you is, what is the probability equation for binomial distribution? NCX, P raised to X, Q raised to N minus X. What is this P? Probability of success in a single trial. What is this Q? Q is nothing but 1 minus P. That means probability of failure. What is this N? Number of trials. What is this X? Number of successes. Done. Now, mean. Mean is also called as, you remember yesterday, mean is also called as expectation of X or expected value of X. In binomial distribution, mean is equal to NP. N into P is what? Mean. What is it? N into P is equal to how much? Mean. Then NPQ is how much? That is variance. Variance is NPQ. Then obviously standard deviation will be what? Root of variance, which is root of NPQ. Can we start off with question? Then we will come back again over here. Now people, let's start. For a binomial distribution, E of X is equal to 2. B of X is equal to 4 by 3. What do you mean by this? E of x is what? Expectation of x. That is nothing but mean. V of x is nothing but variance. Now, E of x means what? NP is equal to 2. That means NP is equal to how much? NP is equal to 2. Variance means NPQ is equal to 4 by 3. What we need to find? We need to find the value of N. How can you find it? Instead of NP, can I put this 2 over here? That means 2 into Q is equal to what? 4 by 3. From that, Q is equal to how much? Cancel, cancel. Answer will be 2 by 3. Q is equal to 2 by 3. Then P is equal to how much? Yes, which is equal to Q is equal to 2 by 3 means P is equal to 1 minus Q. Correct? Because probability of failure is equal to what? 1 minus probability of success. Similarly, probability of success is equal to what? 1 minus probability of failure. Why are we doing that? Because we know that total probability will always be how much? 1. From this, P is equal to 1 by 3. If everyone got P is equal to 1 by 3 online, everyone understood that? Now, we know NP is equal to 2. Instead of P, put 1 by 3, which is equal to 2. N is equal to how much? 6. Answer is option D. That's how they ask question. Are you getting it? Previous year questions. It is the level of question, and very rarely very difficult questions will be there. Very rarely. Very, very rarely. Okay. Now, tell me. What are the parameters of binomial distribution? Both N and P. N is what? Number of trials. P is what? Probability of success in a single trial. Now, N is equal to 9. P is equal to 1 by 3. What is the value of variance is the question. People, what is the value of variance? What is the formula for variance first of all? Variance is equal to what? NPQ. We have the value of N. We have the value of P. So, do you have the value of Q? No, we can find it. Yes, Q is equal to what? 1 minus P, which is equal to what? 1 minus 1 by 3, which is equal to 2 by 3. Substitute. 9 into 1 by 3 into 2 by 3. How much is the answer? That is nothing but 2. Variance is how much? 2. Everyone got that too? Yes. Now, solve this. In a binomial distribution, if the mean is k times the variance, then the value of k will be how much? So what are they telling? You just write whatever they are telling. As I told from the first chapter, when they say this is k times, this is 5 times, this is 4 times, what is the first thing we are going to do? We will write what they gave. Mean is equal to what? K times variance. Am I right? Now, mean is what? NP. Then k is what? K itself. Variance is what? NPQ. Cancel, 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 cancel. So k is how much? 1 by q. But according to the question, is there any 1 by q over there? No. But everything is in terms of p. Can I write q in terms of p? Q is what? 1 minus p. So answer is what? 1 divided by 1 minus p. Option D is your answer. Understood? Are you getting it? Any doubt on this? Will you be able to solve this? Yes. Next one. Get me the answer. Mean of a binomial distribution is 20. Standard deviation is 4. Then, which of the following is the correct answer is the question. Option hit and check, which is giving 20 and standard deviation as 4. We will check. Mean. Mean is what? NP, which is equal to how much? 20 as per the question. Which all option is giving you 20? First option is giving. Third option is not giving. Then, tell me, which option you should go with? We can find standard deviation. SD is equal to what? Root of NPQ. Why root of NPQ? Because variance is NPQ. So standard deviation is root of NPQ, which is equal to root of. Which option we are going to try first? We will try with option A first. 100 into 1 by 5 into 4 by 5. So cancel, cancel. Then it is becoming what the 4. So root of 4 into 4 is root of 16, which is equal to 4. Which option is the right answer? Option A is your right answer. By option hitting, we are checking, and that is true. Okay. So always do option hitting in these cases. Now the next question. If 6 coins are tossed simultaneously, probability of obtaining exactly 2 heads is the question. Now people, n number of trials is how much? 6. Then number of success is how much? How many heads you should get? How many heads you should get? 2 heads you should get. So x is equal to 2. Then what is the probability of getting a head in a single trial? 1 by 2. What is the probability of failure? 1 by 2. Now what is the formula? We know that P of x is equal to 2 is nothing but NCX P raised to x Q raised to n minus x. N is how much? 6. C 2. P is how much now? Can I write it as 0.5? 0.5 raised to x is how much? 2 into 0.5 raised to n minus 2. 6 minus 2 is how much? 4. Get me the answer. Everyone try. Give me the answer. You will get the answer very fast. Find in decimal itself, then option hit. That is the easiest way. So this is nothing but 6C2 is how much? 6 into 5 divided by 2. That is how much? 15. Into, can I write it as 0.5 the whole raised to 6? Take your calculator. What are you going to type first? 0.5 into equal to how many times? 5 times. Then multiply it with 15. How much is the answer? 0.5 into equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Multiply it with 15. You are getting it as how much now? Which is equal to 0.2343. Yes. Which option is giving you? C. That is 15 divided by 64 is how much? Now that is also 0.2343. 2343. Got it? Understood? Why are you taking too much time? Is any calculation error is happening? Or you guys are panicking?
0.5 into 3 times. Again into 0.5.
No, I just did one thing. So look here. 0.5, 0.5. 2 square into 2 raised to 4 is how much? 2 raised to 6, right? Similarly, I did one thing. 0.5 raised to 2 into 0.5 raised to 4 can be written as 0.5 raised to 6. Yeah, if you are doing it like this, 0.5 into equal to how many times? 3 times. But again, you need to multiply it with 0.5. Again, you need to multiply with 0.5. You cannot directly take 0.5 into then 0.5 equal to, you will get a wrong answer. Okay, separately you should do if you are doing that way. Okay, yes. Now, answer is how much now? Option C. Any doubt in this? Got it? Next one, can we try? For a binomial distribution, variance is equal to mean square. So, what did I tell you whenever we see questions like this? Write whatever is given. Variance is what? NPQ is equal to mean is what? N square P square. Can I write it as mean is NP? NP the whole square is what? N square P square. Now cancel one of the N, cancel one of the P. What is remaining? Can I write it as 1 minus P is equal to NP? Yes. 1 minus P is equal to NP. Now option hit. How did I write 1 minus P? Because Q is 1 minus P. Option hit, people. Which option is giving you the answer? Try option 1A itself. Option A. Try option A. LHS is how much? 1 minus, they are telling N and P values are respectively this and this. N is this, P is this. That means 1 minus 1 by 2 is how much? 1 by 2. Now we will check RHS. RHS is nothing but NP, which is equal to 1 into 1 by 2, which is equal to 1 by 2, which is equal to LHS. That means option A is your answer. Got it? Yes. And the best part is option hitting will work for almost all the questions. We can check using the options. Always that is there. Now, four unbiased coins are tossed simultaneously. The expected number of heads is how much? What is the question? Read carefully and tell me. Expected number means what? They are asking us to find the mean. Are you getting the logic? Yes. Mean is what? Mean is equal to NP. How many number of N are there? N is how much? 4. What is the probability of single trial? 1 by 2. Answer is how much? 2. Option B. How easy is it? The only thing we should understand, what are they asking? Yes. Expected value. Mathematical expectation means what? Mean. Remember that. Never forget that. Yes. If the mean and variance of a random variable that follows binomial distribution are 7 and 6 respectively. So what is mean? NP is how much? 7. NPQ is how much? 6. Now we need to find the value of P. Number of the probability of success is how much? That means they are asking for what? The P. Now NP is 7. Can I substitute over here? That means 7 into Q is how much? 6. From that Q is equal to how much? 6 by 7. From that you tell me P is how much? P is nothing but 1 minus Q, which is equal to 1 minus 6 by 7. That is 1 by 7. Option C. Another good question. 1 second. I'll just check whether any question was there from our May attempt. No, they directly asked from Poisson. They didn't ask from this one. That time they asked from. So you know the weightage, right? Chapter 15 and 16 together will give you 12 marks. If they ask more question from chapter 15, that means the number of question from this chapter will be reduced. And usually they'll ask more question from chapter 15. They will ask lesser question from this. What is the probability of making 3 correct guesses in 5 true or false questions? Can I do it? N value is how much? 5. Then X value is how much? 3. Now probability of success. What is the probability of getting 3 correct guesses? You tell me now. One question you tell me. If you take one question, either your guess will go right or guess will go wrong. That means what is the probability of getting the guess correct? 1 by 2. Yes? Yes, that is the case. So accordingly, you can find it. Are you getting the logic? Yes. Look here. Option C is anyway wrong, right? Why is it wrong? Because it is more than 1. It cannot be more than. Option A is the answer. You got it? Yes. So P is how much? 1 by 2. Then you will find using NCX, P raised to X, Q raised to N minus X, which is equal to 5C3, P raised to how much? 0.5 raised to 3 into 0.5 raised to 5 minus 3 is how much? 2. Accordingly, you will get the answer. Okay. Yes. At the end of the day, you can solve almost all the probability questions which we have studied using this method. Okay. Almost all. I'll tell you why not all. Okay. Now, For a binomial distribution, mean is 6, variance is 2. Find the value of P is the question. Get me the answer. Mean is 6, variance is 2. That means NP is equal to how much da? NPQ is equal to how much da? Get me that. So instead of NP, you will put what da? 6. That means 6 into Q is equal to what? 2. That means Q is equal to 2 by 6, which is equal to 1 by 3. If Q is equal to 1 by 3, P is equal to how much? 2 by 3. If you have that value, can you substitute over there? That means NP is equal to 6. Substitute there. That means N into 2 by 3 is equal to how much da? 6. Then means cross multiply. N is equal to, what are they asking da? P are they asking? Answer is how much? 2 by 3. Option A is your answer. Yes. Got it. Next one. Now I will take you to so till here we discussed. So we know how many parameters. Binomial distribution is discrete or continuous. Discrete probability distribution. If they ask biparametric discrete probability distribution, answer is what? Binomial distribution. How many parameters? 2 parameters. What are those parameters? N and P. What is N? Number of trials. What is P? Probability of success in a single trial. Then what is the probability equation or probability mass function equation in binomial distribution? NCX P raised to X Q raised to N minus X. What is this Q? Probability of failure. Now, what is the formula for mean? NP. What is the formula for variance? NPQ. Yes, that's all. Standard deviation, root of NPQ. Now, another important question. It was a previous year question. Mean is always greater than variance for a binomial distribution. Do you know why? Can you tell me a reason for that? Mean is always greater than variance for a binomial distribution. What is the reason for that? What is the formula for mean? The NP. Formula for mean is what? NP. Formula for variance is what? The NPQ. Anyway, P and Q will be decimal values, right? So when I multiply N with P, it will be a value. When I multiply NP with another decimal value, it will be even a smaller value. It will not be a bigger value, it will be a smaller value. That's why mean is always greater than variance previous year question. And another previous year question, variance is maximum when P is equal to Q is equal to 0.5. Keep a note. When the probability of success and probability of failure are same, variance is maximum. Okay. Next important thing, mode. So we studied mean. We studied variance and standard deviation. Now the most important, and most of the time one question is there from this mode. And it's a spoiler. Mostly there will be a question for you in the examination. Mode. Mode means what? The most frequently repeated observation is called as mode. We already studied that in chapter 14. Now here, for a binomial distribution, we will find mode using one formula, n plus 1 into p. What is the formula? Da? N plus 1 into p, or it will be written as np plus p. Okay, np plus p is the formula. Now people, if you get this n plus 1 into p as a integer value, sorry, I'll write it as a decimal value, 4.5. In one of the option will be like mode is 4.5, and you will go and mark 4.5. They will say that go home, you are getting minus 0.25. You got the answer of n plus 1 into p as 4.5. If one of the option is what? 4.5. You mark that option and you went home thinking that you got 1 mark, but ICAI is telling you wrong answer. You are getting a negative mark of 0.25. Do you know why? Because mode of a, whenever we find mode using n plus 1 into p, and if we get a decimal value, the answer is the integer part. What is the value of mode then? 4. If you are getting the answer like 3.5, what is the mode? The mode is nothing but 3. If you are getting n plus 1 into p, which is equal to 7.5, answer is how much? 7. So mode is the integer part of the decimal. Are you getting that? Yes. Now, another thing. Sometimes they will ask a question like this. And I still remember in Jan attempt, one question was there from this. And I was solving the question paper in YouTube live and all will solve, right? One student who came and told, sir, this question is wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong. The answer is 4.5. Why that issue is coming? Because they just studied the formula and went, they got the answer, they marked the answer, they got the negative mark also. The worst part is, they studied, they did. At the end of the day, they got negative mark for studying that. That is the problem over there. But answer is what? The integer part is the answer. Now, another scenario. N plus 1 into p, you are getting it as 3. And you will mark 3 and go home. Then again they will say, ICAI will say that, oh, go home, you are getting 0.25 as the negative marking. Answer is, mode is 3, 2. Keep a note. When you are getting a direct n plus 1 into p is equal to 3, then mode will be what? Modes will be what? 3 and the previous number. When n plus 1 into p is equal to 5, modes will be what? 5 and the previous number. When n plus 1 into p is equal to 1000, then 1000 and 999 are the modes. Keep that in mind. It is very important because it is a very conceptual answer. So n plus 1 into p is a non-integer, then the mode is the integral part of n plus 1 into p. If n plus 1 into p is an integer, the binomial distribution is bimodal with modes n plus 1 into p and n plus 1 into p minus 1. That value and the previous value. Now I will take you to few questions which were asked from this in the previous year based on mode. Look here. Question will be indirect, not direct. Okay. They'll give the mean, they'll give the variance. Accordingly, they will ask you the answer. The mode of a binomial distribution which has mean is equal to 4. That means NP is equal to how much now? 4. Variance is 3. That means NPQ is equal to 3. So what all things we require to find the value of mode? We require n plus 1 into P. We need the value of n. We need the value of Q. People, get me the answer. So substitute this over here. That means 4Q is equal to 3. Q is equal to how much now? 3 by 4. Then Q is equal to 3 by 4 means P is equal to how much? 1 minus 3 by 4, which is equal to 1 by 4. QP is equal to 1 by 4. Then N is equal to how much? You tell me. N is equal to how much? You tell me. N into 1 by 4 is equal to how much? 4. N is equal to how much? 16. Everyone got N is equal to 16. P is equal to 1 by 4 online. Aishwarya, Dhanushree, George, Lavanya, Manasa, everyone. Said, Sita, Vandana, Vikshit, everyone got the answer for that. N is equal to 16. P is equal to 1 by 4. Now, mode is how much? Use the formula. N plus 1 into P is how much? 16 plus 1 is how much? 17 divided by 4, which is equal to how much? 4.25. Now you tell me what is the mode. Mode is equal to 4. Look here, one of the options is option B. Some people will go for that answer, but is that the correct answer? No. Answer is what? Option A, 4. Very interesting, right? That is the reason they will repeat the question from this. Next question. Right answer, people. Good. If x is a binomial variable with parameters 15 and 1 by 3. 15 and 1 by 3 parameters means n is equal to 15. P is equal to 1 by 3. Binomial parameters are what? N and P. Then the value of the mode. How to find mode? Mode is equal to, we will use the formula n plus 1 into P, which is equal to 16 by 3. That is 15 plus 1 is 16 into 1 by 3 is divided by 3. That is equal to how much now? 5.333. Then mode is equal to what? Mode is equal to 5. Answer is option A. Got it. Next question. Solve this for me. Find the mode when n is equal to 15, p is equal to 1 by 4. Then the binomial distribution. From the binomial distribution, tell me n plus 1 into p, which is equal to 16 by 4, which is equal to 4. Then modes are what? Modes are 4 and the number before 4. That is how much? The 3. Got it? I hope that everyone understood this. Okay? Got it? Fine. We will have the same concept in the same manner in the next topic. That is Poisson distribution. There also we will have in the same pattern we will get the question. Okay? Now, so mode is done. Now we will talk about symmetry. When P and Q are equal, that is 0.5, then we will say that the distribution is symmetric. Very important. Sometimes they can ask you if P and Q are equal, then the binomial distribution is what? The symmetric. Keep a note of that. When P and Q are equal, binomial distribution is symmetric. When P is less than 0.5, the distribution is positively skewed. When P is greater than 0.5, the distribution is negatively skewed. Okay, keep a note. Now, sometimes they can ask you. Okay, not that very high chance is there, because we will have another session of skewness. I told you long back. Yes, based on symmetry. Now, application of binomial distribution. When the trials are independent, each trial has two possible outcomes, success and failure. That is the main time we are using binomial distribution. And one more thing, the n value should be usually less than 100. Usual value of n should be less than 100 or 100 or less than 100. Rarely we will go for more than 100 and all if they specify. Okay. Now, first one, you need to know how will we denote a binomial distribution. So how will you read it? The x is a binomial variable or variate with parameters n and p. That's how you read this thing. X is a binomial variate with what? The parameters n and p. That's how you read this. Now the next thing is, can you tell me how will you read this? Can you tell me how you read this? X is a binomial variate with parameters n1 and p. How will you read this? Y is a binomial variable with parameters n2 and p. Then we have an additive property. If two binomial variates are there and their probability of success is same, okay, probability of success is same, then we can say that x plus y is a binomial variate with parameters n1 plus n2 comma p. Okay, understood the point? For example, x is given like this, y is given like this, then x plus y is a binomial variate. N will be how much? The 6 plus 4. That is how much? 10 comma 0.5. That won't change. That will be same itself. We will not add both and we will write. We will not do that. Now, what are the examples of binomial distribution? Tossing a coin n times, rolling a die n times, testing light bulbs and counting how many failure happen. All these are part of binomial distributions examples. Now, when n is equal to p is equal to q, binomial distribution is what? The perfectly symmetrical. Then this we will discuss towards the end. Binomial distribution approaches normal distribution. N increases provided p is not close to 0 or 1. That means we are checking Actually, binomial distribution should be like our trial or our experiment with CA foundation examination. The number of trials should be less. The probability of success should be high. Are you getting the point? The success should be high. The number of trials should be less. That is the basic example of what the basic example of you can think about binomial distribution. So you write your examination in binomial distribution way. Success should be high and your trials should be less. That is the basic meaning. In normal distribution, we will think about the other way. When trials are high, success is very less. Likewise. Now, for a binomial distribution with parameter what and what of 6 comma p, get me the value of p of x is equal to 2 is equal to 9 into p of x is equal to 4. What is the formula for probability using binomial distribution? The NCX p raised to x q raised to n minus x. N value is how much over here? 6. In the first one, x value is how much? 2. Can I write 6c2 into what the p raised to x is how much? 2. Then q raised to n minus x is how much? The n minus 6 minus 2 is how much? 4, which is equal to 9 into 6c4 into p raised to 4 into q raised to 6 minus 4 is how much? 2. Now people, we know that 6c2 is equal to 6c4. Yeah, NCR is equal to NC n minus R. So they both will cancel off. Then p square and p raised to 4 will cancel off. What will remain there? P square will remain there. In the right hand side, p square will remain. Then q square and q raised to 4 will cancel off. What will remain there? Q raised to 4 will remain. Sorry, q raised to 2 will remain there. Now people, now what is the easiest thing we can do is, instead of q we will write what? 1 minus p the whole square is equal to 9 into p square. Option hit and get me the answer. Option hit, get me the answer. We need to find the value of p, right? Option hit. If not, you can also use other methods, but still easy way to do is option hit. How much down? Option D, 1 by 4. Okay. Option hitting using D. LHS will be how much? That is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 4 the whole square. Take your calculator. Type 1 divided by 4. Then change the sign. Then plus 1, which is equal to 0.75 into equal to. That is equal to how much the? That is 0.5625. RHS is equal to how much the? 9 into 1 by 4 the whole square. That means 1 by 16. 9 by 16 is how much? 0.5625. So looking at that, LHS is equal to what? RHS. So option D is your answer. Got it? Understood everyone? Any doubt in this? Please tell me. Pakka? Yes. Pallavi got it? Yes. What is greater than what? Mean is greater than variance, or variance is less than mean. Yes, done. Next question is, yes, we will discuss. Yeah. If x is a binomial variable with parameters n and p, then x can have value in between what and what? If you know combination, you remember combination, R can take value, what values? From that you can tell the answer very fast. NCX. So x value can be in between what and what are 0 and n, both inclusive. Any whole numbers between 0 and n, both inclusive. Can it become more than, can r value become more than n value? No. Similarly here, x value, number of success cannot be more than the number of trials, correct? So it should be maximum of n, minimum of 0. That is the meaning. It cannot be negative also. Okay. Yes. If the probability of success in a binomial distribution is less than half, then the binomial distribution is what? Negatively or positively? It is given in your book. Yes, you can accordingly mark it. Just think about it, because 2 topics, so that in the future you will brainstorm yourself for it. Okay. Everyone ready with that questions I told from number series? Did everyone do that? Anyone do that? 5 questions, preparation of 5 questions. Online? Yes, I should have did it. Rest of you, did you do that? Dhanashree, George, Karthik, Lavanya. Karthik, you were late for the class. What happened? Then Manasa, Seed, Seida, Vandana, Vikshit. Did you do it? Yes, Dhanashree. Okay. Rest of you. Fine. Give me the answer. A coin with a probability for a head is 1/5 is tossed 100 times. Then the standard deviation of number of heads turned up is how much? Now, what is the formula for standard deviation? SD is equal to root of NPQ. Now, how much is the value of N? 100. How much is the value of P? 1/5. How much is the value of Q? 1 minus P, that is nothing but 1 minus 1/5, which is equal to 4/5. Substitute everything over there. Root of 100 into P is how much? 1/5 into 4/5. How much is your answer? 4/5. How much is your answer now? 4. That is equal to 400 divided by 25. That will be equal to how much? 16. Root 16 is how much? 4. Option C is your answer. 4. Got it? Yes. Yeah, it's a good question. If the overall percentage of success in a examination is 70%, okay, overall success, that means probability of success is how much? 0.7. Q will be how much? 0.3. Correct. 1 minus P is Q. Then what is the probability that out of group of 5 students, at least one of them passed? That means, at least means what? P of x value greater than or equal to 1. So can I write it as 1 minus P of x value less than 1? Yesterday we studied. At least means we can write it as 1 minus no one passing. That way we can write it, right? Yes, is this correct or not, people? Tell me. Is this correct? Online. Yes, whoever attended yesterday's full class, they will get to know. Others will not get that. Yes. X is greater than or equal to 1 can be written as 1 minus P of x less than 1. Now, people, 1 minus P of x less than 1. Can x take any decimal value? No. X cannot take decimal value. What are the possible values of x less than 0? There is only one value. X is equal to 0. You tell me the answer. Which is equal to 1 minus P of x is equal to 0. That means NC 0, P raised to 0, Q raised to N minus 0. Which is nothing but 1 minus. N is how much over here? How many people are there in total? 5 students. So 5 C 0 into P raised to, P is how much? 0.5. That is nothing but 0.5, 0.7 raised to 0 is how much? 1 itself. Into 0.3 raised to how much? 5. Get me the answer. 1 minus 5C0 is how much? 5C0 is how much? 1. 0.7 raised to 0 is how much? 1. Then 0.3 whole raised to 5. Take your calculator. 0.3. Just use calculator and get me the answer rather than writing anything. So how are you going to use calculator to get the answer? Type 0.3 into equal to how many times? Equal to 4 times. Then change sign. Change sign. How are you changing sign? Plus or minus, then plus 1. How much is the answer you are getting, people? 0.9975. Option A is your answer. Everyone understood the method? Is it easy to do? Yes. Always remember at least. And if you don't know at least, you will never get to know what we are doing. Yes. Tell me the answer for this. The probability that a student is not a swimmer is what? 1 by 5. The probability that out of 5 students, 4 are swimmers. That means n value is how much here? N is 5. Success. X value is how much here? 4. Now the question, listen carefully. The probability that the student is not a swimmer is 1 by 5. Okay. The question is what? 4 are swimmers. Then you tell me P is what? Is it 1 by 5 or 4 by 5? It is 4 by 5. Probability of being not a swimmer is 1 by 5. So probability of being a swimmer is what? Probability of success over here is what? 4 by 5. Q will be what? 1 by 5. Now tell me, what is the answer, people? 5C4. 4 raised to 4 by 5 raised to 4. 1 by 5 raised to 1. Which is your answer? Option C is your answer. Okay. Got it. Understood. Now, can I do the next question? Next question is this. Mean and variance of a binomial distribution are 4 and 4 by 3 respectively. Then P of x greater than or equal to 1. Whenever I say P of x greater than or equal to 1, we should say that is nothing but 1 minus P of x less than 1. Opposite we should take. That means P of x less than 1 is how much? P of x is equal to 0. 1 minus P of x is equal to 0. Before that, we need to find the value of n. We need to find the value of P. That is required. And Q also it's required. Then only we can find the answer. Now, put NP is equal to 4. NPQ is equal to 4 by 3. That means instead of NP, we are going to put what? 4. That means 4 into Q is equal to 4 by 3. Q is equal to how much? 1 by 3. P is equal to how much? 2 by 3. How did you get it as 2 by 3? Because you will directly put 1 minus Q, which is equal to 1 minus 1 by 3. That is LCM is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So 2 by 3 is your P value. Then get N value. NP is equal to 4. So instead of P, you will put what? 2 by 3, which is equal to 4. So N is equal to how much? 6. N is equal to 6. Now, 1 minus. Instead of N, you will put what? 6. C. Instead of X, you will put what, Arvind? Instead of X, you will put what? 0. Yes, because X is equal to how much over here? 0. Then P raised to. P is how much here? 2 by 3. The whole power 0. Then 1 by 3. The whole power 6. Get me the answer. That is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 3 raised to 6 is how much? 729. So answer is how much? 728 divided by 729. So option A is your answer. Everyone got this? Understood? Yeah. Any doubt, you tell me. If you want to find in decimal, accordingly find it and option hit. Yes. Now look at this question. It's a first time they asked a question like this. Nobody understood what they meant, but it was actually a logical question. So people, binomial distribution with mean is 3, variance is 2, correct? Mean is how much? 3. NP is equal to what? NP is equal to 3. Then variance is how much? NPQ is equal to how much? 2. From that you find Q value. That is nothing but 3q is equal to 2. That means q is equal to 2 by 3. Then p is equal to what? 1 by 3. Yes. Correct. Now, p is equal to 1 by 3. Look at the option and tell me what is the answer. 2 by 4, 1 by 4. No. 2 by 6, 1 by 6. No. 2 by 3, 1 by 3. Chance is there. 2 by 5, 1 by 5. No. So option C is your answer. Just look P and Q values. Which is having the P and Q values? That's your logical answer. Okay. Go for that answer logically. They have put it as a logical question itself rather than a normal question. They just gave 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3. If I write 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3, answer is what? 3 by 3. That is, success is how much? Success plus failure is equal to how much? It should be equal to 1. That is the logic. Got it? Yes. In a binomial distribution with 5 independent trials, the probability of 2 and 3 successes are 0.4362 and 0.2181 respectively. The parameter P of the binomial distribution is how much is the question. So what all things are they given down? In a binomial distribution, n is equal to how much? 5. So with 2 and 3 successes respectively are this much is the question. Now you tell me. P of x is equal to 2. That is how much as per the question, which is equal to 0.4362. P of x is equal to 3, which is equal to how much as per the question? 0.2181. Now people, P of x is equal to 2. How will you find that? NC2. N is how much here? 5. So 5C2 into P raised to 2. Q raised to how much now? Q raised to 3, which is equal to 0.4362. Similarly, over here, what you will write? 5C3, P raised to 3, Q raised to 2, which is equal to 0.2181. Now, consider this as the first equation, this as the second equation. Equation 2 divided by equation 1. That means, what is the LHS of equation 2? 5C3 P cube Q square divided by what is 5C2 P square Q cube which is equal to what is the RHS of equation 2? 0.2181 divided by what? 0.4362. Get me the answer. 5C2 and 5C3 are equal. Cancel off. P square and P cube got cancelled. Q square and Q cube got cancelled. What is remaining? P by Q is equal to what? You tell me. 0.1 now? 0.5 or 0.5. P by Q is equal to 0.5. From that, can I write? P is equal to 0.5 Q. P is equal to what? 0.5 into 1 minus P. Open the bracket and get me the answer of P. Get me the answer of P. P is equal to 0.5 into 1 is how much? 0.5. Minus 0.5 into 0.5 is how much? That is, sorry, minus 0.5 into minus P is how much? Minus 0.5 P. Now people take this minus 0.5 P to the other side. It will become what? Plus 0.5 P, which is equal to how much? 0.5. Star. Half P, half Kit Kat plus full Kit Kat is how much? 1.5 Kit Kat. Similarly, P plus half P is how much? 1.5 P, which is equal to 0.5. From that, P is equal to how much? P is equal to 0.5 divided by 1.5. Just tell me the answer. That is 1 by 3. Option B is your answer. Got it? Yes. Understood this? Any doubt in this? Please tell. Paka? Yes? Now, we are going to a simple concept. It was taken from a MTP paper, not from previous year. Here, we will discuss in detail about this towards the end of this chapter. That time I'll give you more detailed example of what exactly they are trying to ask and all. Now, since it is part of the topic, I'll just give a small explanation here. The third central momentum for a binomial distribution X We will do this towards the end. In detail, we'll do. Anyway, we have a topic separately for this. That time you will get to know what is third central momentum and all. Yes, that is better. Now, yeah, final question. The incidence of skin diseases in a chemical plant occurs in such a way that its workers have 20% chance of suffering from it. So what is the probability of having skin cancer? 0.2. 20% is how much? 0.2. Then the question is, what is the probability that 6 or out of the 6 workers, that means n is equal to how much? 6. 4 or more workers will have skin cancer. That means P of X is greater than or equal to 4. Now, do you need to convert it like 1 minus? That is not required because only total 6 people are there. 4, 5, 6. That is more than enough. We will do that. So, P of X is equal to greater than or equal to 4 means what? P of, which all values are there? P of X is equal to 4 is there, plus P of X is equal to 5 is there, then plus P of X is equal to 6 is there, P of X is equal to 7 is there? No, maximum number of people is how much? 6. Now people, what is probability of success? Small p is how much? 0.2. Some people will think having skin disease is not a good thing, so you will take it as probability of failure. Okay, don't do that. Your answer will go wrong. Here they are asking what is the probability that they will have skin diseases. So probability of success is 0.2. Okay, remember it that way. Q is how much? 0.8. Just substitute, get me the answer. So a P of X is equal to 4 will become what? 6C4. Then P value is how much? 0.2. The whole power how much? N X value is 4. Then 0.8 the whole power 2 plus 6C5 0.2 the whole power 5 into 0.8 the whole power 1 plus 6C6 into 0.2 the whole power 6 0.8 the whole power 0. That is anyway 1. Now you tell me how much is the answer. How to do this? 6C4 is how much? That is 6C2. 6C4 is nothing but 6C2. That is nothing but 6 into 5 divided by 2, which is equal to 15. So use calculator, get me the answer. 15 into 0.2 the whole raised to 4 into 0.8 the whole square plus 6C5 is nothing but 6C1. That is nothing but 6 into 0.2 the whole raised to 5 into 0.8 plus 6C6 is how much? 1. Then plus 0.2 the whole raised to 6. Get me the answer first. That is, we got the answer. So how will you use calculator to get the answer? 0.2 into equal to how many times? 3 times equal to. Then will you click M plus and all? Don't do that. Multiply it with 0.8. Multiply it with 0.8. Multiply it with 15. Then click M plus because it is square. The smaller value we will take it as the product. Then 0.2 into equal to how many times? 4 times. Multiply it with 0.8, multiply it with 6, then click M plus. 0.2 into equal to how many times? 5 times. Then click M plus. Finally click MRC. How much are you getting? Option B. 0.01696 or something you are getting. Got it? Yes. So that's your binomial distribution. Is it easy? One of the easiest topic. People will never study thinking that it is complicated. That is the problem with all the students. They will do with respect to theoretical distribution. Never do that. Never ever do that in your life. Okay. It's not good for you or anyone. Now, the next one is Poisson distribution. Okay. Which is the topic? Poisson distribution. Poisson distribution is continuous or discrete. Discrete. Yes, 2 types of discrete are there. One is binomial distribution. Binomial distribution is having how many parameters? 2 parameters. Which are those parameters? N and P. What is the formula to find mode in binomial distribution? N plus 1 into P. Now, what is the variance of binomial distribution? NPQ. Variance. Mean is what? NP. Standard deviation? Root of NP. Mean is greater than variance, true or false? Where? In binomial distribution, it is true. Then, what else is there? Yeah, these are the small things we need to know from that part. And I think that itself will sum up that entire topic. Now, Poisson distribution. Which topic? Poisson. Here, Poisson distribution is used to model the number of events occurring in a fixed number of time or space, given that the given happens with a non-constant mean rate and independent of each other. Just like our binomial, they are also independent of each other, and it will, whenever it is happening in a constant rate, we are using what? The Poisson distribution. Keep that in mind. Whenever it is happening in a constant rate, we will use what? The Poisson distribution. Now, the funniest part is, how many parameters? Only one parameter. Some people will, in school and all, sometimes you would have mentioned it as lambda. We will be using it as m. So, what is the parameter of Poisson distribution? M is the parameter of Poisson distribution, which is also the variance. So, you know Vijay, actor Vijay, politician Vijay? Have you seen any of his movies? Many movies, right? Yes. So, there was a time I thought that one of his movie story was completely different, thinking that I already watched the movie, because he looked the same in all the movies. Almost all the movies he looked same. The character will be looking same. He will be having an attire. His hairstyle will be same. Everything will be same. So just like that, our parameter in Poisson distribution is what? The mean as well as the variance. M is mean as well as variance, and M is the parameter. So which is a uniparametric discrete probability distribution? Poisson distribution. Done. Now, what if they ask you to find the variance? Will you think what to do? You need to find the value of M. What if they ask you to find the value of mean? What to do? Think about Vijay. Find the value of M. Variance means M. Mean means M. Now, what happens in Poisson distribution? Here, the n is going towards infinity. The number of trials is getting very high. Your probability is very less. Then NP remains finite. We can also use the formula of NP to find the answer of M. Okay, that can be used. Then what happens? M is the mean. M is the variance. M is the Vijay. M is the variance. Then standard deviation is what? Root M. Standard deviation is how much? The root M. Now mode. M is also the mode. That is the another funny part. But if M is a non-integer, for example, M is equal to 4.5, you tell me mode will be how much? 4. If M is equal to 6.7, what is the mode? 6. If M is equal to 7, what is the mode? 7, 6. If M is equal to 8, what is the mode? 8, the previous number. The same logic we are using. The only part is M is involved over here. N plus 1 into P is not involved. Now we have an equation. Very easy equation. Eventually when you do this, it will get easier. Randomly when you see the formula and all, you will think that what is this formula and all. Yes, that will be there. But eventually it will get better. That is the funny part. Now, P of x is equal to e raised to minus m raised to x divided by x factorial. What is it? P of x is equal to e raised to minus m raised to x divided by x factorial for x is equal to 0, 1, 2, etc. till infinity. That means the number of successes, number of trials and the successes are very apart. It goes on forever. N value can be going till infinity. Similarly, x value can go till infinity. Now, what is this e? Exponent. We studied in logarithm. What was the value of e? We were taking there 2.72. E is equal to how much? 2.72. M is what? Mean or variance. X is what? The success. Yes, that's all. Can we do some questions? Now, I'll come back to this in few minutes. We'll solve some questions. Look at this. In a Poisson distribution, read the question carefully. In a Poisson distribution, P of x is equal to 0 is equal to P of x is equal to 2. Find E of x. You are like, what is E of x? E of x is nothing but mean. But in Poisson distribution, E of x is Huda. M. Find the value of M. Do you know the probability equation for our Poisson distribution? What is the formula? E raised to minus m, m raised to x divided by x factorial. Here x is how much? 0. So I'll write e raised to minus m, m raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial, which is equal to e raised to minus m, m raised to x is how much? 2 divided by 2 factorial. Now e raised to minus m cancel. M raised to 0 will become 1. 0 factorial is how much? 1, which is equal to m square divided by 2 factorial is how much? 2. Cross multiply. 2 is equal to m square. M is equal to root 2. Option A is your answer. Got it? Understood? Yes. Is it similar? Yes, exactly the way we were doing what we were doing the previous one, binomial. There also we apply the formula. Here also we apply the formula. Same method. It's not going to change. Only the formula is changing. Now people, get me the answer for this. We are asking standard deviation. First find m. Then find root m. Then you will get standard deviation. Get me the answer. Come on, you can do it. For a Poisson distribution, x is equal to S2 kitna? Evlo? Yeah. X is equal to 3 is equal to 5 into P of x is equal to 5. Now, we know. We will write this as what? E raised to minus m into m cube divided by what? 3 factorial, which is equal to 5 into e raised to minus m raised to 5 divided by what factorial? 5 factorial. E raised to minus m cancel. M cube, m raised to 5 cancel. What will remain? 5 into m square divided by 5 factorial. 5 factorial can be written as what? 120. Then divided by, this is divided by how much? 3 factorial is how much? 6. Now cancel things and tell me the answer. This will cancel off. What will remain? 20 will remain. Correct? Then 5 and 20 will cancel off. What will remain? 4 will remain. So m square is equal to cross multiply 4. M is equal to how much? 2. Option B. No. M is 2. But standard deviation is how much? Root m, which is equal to root 2. Answer is option D. Got it? Yes. Option D is your answer. Yeah. Next one. Get me the answer. Very easy answer. If the standard deviation of a Poisson distribution is 2, then its mode is kitna? Is 2. Yablo? Yes. Root m is equal to what? 2. Then m is equal to what? 2 square. That is how much now? 4. If m is equal to 4, then mode z is equal to, c is equal to what? 4, 3. Answer is what? Option C. Understood? Now, let us go to main attempt. Tell me. Probability distribution. It is actually directly, it will open your eyes regarding Poisson distribution. This question is a very good question to open your eyes. Huh? B. Distribution of passing of students in university exam. Okay. What did I tell you about Poisson distribution? Basically, I told the number of trials will be very high, but the success will be very less. Number of death by a rare disease. The success is the number of, first of all, the number of The number of rare disease itself will be how much? The number of people are too many people. Correct? Too many people are already there. Now, death will be then. Using a rare disease, the number of death will always be what? The less. The probability will be less. Number of death, if you consider 140 crore people, how many people will get rare disease? Very less people will get rare disease. N is going to infinity. The probability of success of death is how much? The very less. So think and try to get me the answer. Anyway, tossing of coin is not the answer. We know that. Yes. Height of students, not the answer. Distribution of passing of students in a university exam. How many people will be there? Very less people will be there, and most of them will pass also. Yes. Now, what do you think can be the answer? You guys think. Okay. I'm leaving up to you. We will discuss it few more minutes after this. Then I'll give you more examples of where is Poisson distribution used and all. Then you will get to know what exactly we are trying to do. Now, solve this for me. P of x is equal to 2. Then is equal to how much? 3 into P of x is equal to 4. Find the values. For a Poisson variate, find the standard deviation. Find the value of what? The root m we need to find. Now, P of x is equal to 2 means what? P of x is equal to 2 means, how will you write? E raised to minus m square divided by 2 factorial. 2 factorial is how much? 2. 3 into e raised to minus m into m raised to how much? 4 divided by 4 factorial is how much? The 4 factorial is 24. Now we need to cancel things. E raised to minus m, e raised to minus m is cancelled. M square, m raised to 4 is cancelled. What is remaining? M square is remaining. Then 2 and 24 cancelled. 12 is remaining. 3 and 12 cancel. What is remaining? 4 is remaining. So 4 is equal to m square. Then m is equal to how much? 2. Then standard deviation SD is equal to how much? The root 2. Option C is your answer. Got it? Understood this? Yeah. Next question is solve. Find the m. Directly they are asking. Finally they are asking directly. Give me the answer. Everyone online. Come on. X is equal to 2 is equal to, that is, e raised to minus m into m raised to x. X is how much here? 2 divided by 2 factorial is 2 divided by half into e raised to minus m cube divided by how much factorial? 3 factorial is how much? 6. Cancel, 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 cancel. M square, m cube cancel. So m is equal to how much? 6. Option C is your answer. So mean is 6, variance is 6. Standard deviation is how much then? Root 6. Mode is how much then? 6, 5. Okay, perfect. Very good. Everyone online, are you getting it? Yes, do the next question with me, people. For a Poisson distributed variable x, we have x is equal to 7, which is equal to 8 into p of x is equal to 9. The mean distribution is what is the question? Same method, do it. Mean means what? We need to find the value of m over here. Yes. The previous question, this question, right? Here what is happening? The m square is there, right? See here m cube is there. So m is equal to m square is equal to m cube means what? That is nothing but m cube divided by m square. That is m raised to 3 minus 2, which is equal to m. That's how it became m. Okay. 2 square and 2 cube will get cancelled off, right? 2 cube by 2 square is how much? 2 raised to 3 minus 2, which is equal to 2 raised to 1. Similar logic. Understood, Saida? Yes. Option D. Everyone got it as option D? Anyone is having a different answer? Please tell. So, e raised to minus m. Then what happens? M raised to 7 divided by 7 factorial. I will write it as 7 factorial. I know the value, but still I will write it that way itself, which is equal to 8 into e raised to minus m into what? M raised to 9 divided by, instead of writing 9 factorial, I will write it as 7 factorial into 8 into 9. Is that correct? We know that 9 factorial is nothing but 8 factorial into 9 or 7 factorial into 8 into 9 or 6 factorial into 7 into 8 into 9. Now people, what all things are getting cancelled off? E raised to minus m got cancelled off. Then 7 factorial got cancelled off. 8 got cancelled off. Then m raised to 7 and m raised to 9 will get cancelled off. What will remain? M square will remain, which is equal to, take it to the other side. Answer is how much? 9, right? M square is equal to 9. M is equal to how much then? Root 9. That is how much? Got it? Easy? Yes. Next one. You tell me the answer for this. Parameter of Poisson distribution is m. Then mean plus SD is equal to 6 by 25. What do you mean by that? Mean is how much? M. M plus root m is equal to how much? 6 by 25. Yes. Option hit. Everyone, option hit and get me the answer. Which option is giving you 6 by 25? If you want to find it in decimal, find it in decimal. 6 by 25 is how much? 0.24. So 0.24, then m plus root m is equal to 0.24. Which option is giving you m plus root m is 0.24? First people, take your calculator. Try option A. 3 divided by 25. Click m plus. Then again click root and click m plus MRC. How much are you getting the? First type what? 3 divided by 25. Then click m plus. That means m value we are saving it in the memory. Then the same value when you click root and click m plus, you get MRC is how much? 0.46 something you are getting. Option A is wrong, right? Yes. Option A is wrong. Which is the right answer? Option B. We will check. First type 1 by 25. Then click m plus. Then click root again and click m plus. Then click MRC. How much are you getting? The 0.25. Option hit using B. Type 1 by 25, m plus, then click root and click m plus again, then MRC, which is equal to 0.24, which is equal to our RHS. Understood why we click root again? Because 1 by 25 itself is the next to root. That's why I directly click the root and click m plus again. Now, very difficult question. Very difficult question. Tell me the answer. If a random variable x follows a Poisson distribution, expectation of x is how much? 30. Then the variance of the distribution is how much? 30. Expectation of x is what? Nothing but mean. That is m. And we know that in Poisson distribution, m is equal to, mean is equal to, variance is equal to whom? Yes. Yeah. Next one. Tell me the answer. For variance Poisson distribution, mean and variance are equal. Yes. Good. Now we will go back again. How will you read this? X is a Poisson variate with parameter m. That's how you read it. X is a Poisson variable with parameter m. This is not important, but keep a note. What if they directly ask the formula and all? That's all. Other than that, there is no importance for this. Keep a note of it. If required, you can use it. But I am not going to push you to learn that and all. It's not required if you ask me. But this is required. Additive property of Poisson distribution. X is a Poisson variate with parameter m1. Y is a Poisson variate with parameter m2. X plus y is a Poisson variate with parameter m1 plus m2. Good. Sometimes they can ask. Now we are coming to the application part, people. This will solve your doubt for the previous question which I showed from May attempt. When to use? Poisson distribution is applicable when the total number of events or trial is very large. Total number of events or trial is very large. Probability of success in each trial is very small. Okay. If models rare events occurring over a fixed interval of time and space. Rare events occurring over a fixed interval or a time. Now examples are printing errors. Too many pages are getting printed. 1 or 2 errors can happen. Yes, even in ArivuPro we'll get some tickets regarding printing error and all. But that is very rare. Too many books are getting printed. But 1 or 2 printing error is always happening. And you guys will be thinking, why always me? Yes, you'll be thinking, when my printing error got happen, you'll be thinking that, why always me? Why am always the one who is getting all this? Then, road accidents. Too many vehicles are going, but compared to that, we will say that, I saw 1 accident today, 2 accidents today. But think about it, how many lakhs of vehicles are going regularly, but rarely 1 or 2 accidents are happening. The number of success is what the number of accident is very rare. Now I think you can logically think for the answer for the May attempt question. Okay. Now, Poisson distribution, very important. Poisson distribution is always what? The positively skewed. Yes, keep a note of that. It is skewed to the right. Poisson distribution is always what? The positively skewed. What if they ask this question? Yes. What if they ask? Yes. Fine. Next question. Solve it. Solve it. For a Poisson variate, x is equal to, p of x is equal to 1 is equal to what? The p of x is equal to 2. So how to do that? Which is nothing but e raised to minus m raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial, e raised to minus m into m raised to 2 divided by how much factorial? The 2 factorial. E raised to minus m cancel. Then m raised to 1, m got cancelled. Then m is equal to how much? 2 factorial, which is nothing but 2. So the mean is how much? 2. Option C is your answer. Now, this question is a very interesting question. I'll teach you how to do this question. In a x is a Poisson variate satisfying the following condition. What is the condition? 9 into p of x is equal to 4 plus 90 into p of what? P of x is equal to 6, which is equal to how much? P of x is equal to 2. Write everything. Whatever you know, you write. 9 into e raised to minus m raised to what? M raised to 4 divided by what? 4 factorial. 4 factorial is how much? 24. Plus 90 into p raised to what? E raised to what? Minus m into m raised to 6 divided by what? 6 factorial. That is how much? 720. Which is equal to e raised to minus m into m square divided by what? 2. Now we will cancel things. E raised to minus m, e raised to minus m, e raised to minus m. It is common in all the places, so we will cancel it off. Then m square can be cancelled everywhere. So m square I cancelled everywhere. Then what is remaining in the remaining one? 9 into m square divided by 24 plus, can I write it as 9 divided by 72 into m raised to 4, which is equal to what? 90 and 0 got cancelled. 72 and 720 and 90, 0 cancel. If you want, you can cancel one more term also. That also can be done, which is equal to 1 by 2. Now people, I'll teach you one simple trick. Now if you look into it, it is actually, is it a quadratic equation? No, it is a polynomial equation with power of what? 4. Do you know how to solve it? No. We don't know how to solve it. Even quadratic equation, we are finding it difficult to solve it. So how will you solve this? It will take a lot of time. Now for you guys, I'm going to tell you one trick. Usually when it is of this format, we will assume that random assumption of m we will take. Possible values. First, we will put m is equal to 0. M is equal to 0, how much you got? M value is equal to 0, then 0 is equal to 1 by 2. Is it possible? No. 0 cannot be equal to 1 by 2. 0 is equal to 0 only. That means m is not equal to 0. Then what is the next possible value of m? Try m is equal to 1. Everyone, substitute. Put m is equal to 1 and option hit. Put m is equal to 1. Try. That means clear the memory. 9 divided by 24, m plus 9 divided by 72, m plus MRC. That is how much the 0.5. RHS is how much the 0.5. So what did we do over here? Assume m is equal to 1. LHS will become 9 by 24 plus 9 by 72, which is equal to how much? 0.5. RHS is anyway 1 by 2, which is equal to 0.5. That which implies m is equal to what? 1. If you have m is equal to 1, can you find the value of p of x less than or equal to 1? So people, p of x less than or equal to 1 can be written as p of x is equal to 0 plus p of x is equal to 1. Substitute and get me the answer, which is equal to e raised to minus m. M is equal to how much? 1. E raised to minus 1. 1 raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial. Then plus e raised to minus 1 into m is how much? M is how much? 1 raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial. Is that the answer? Yes. How much is the answer you are getting? Check once and tell me the answer once. Get me the answer. Which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 2 into e raised to minus 1. That is nothing but 2 divided by e. 2 divided by e is how much? 2 divided by 2.72. 2 divided by 2.72 is how much? 0.735. Option C is your answer. Understood the method? It is one of the good questions from this chapter. Because if you are not doing this assumption, you will not do anything. You will just stop there and you will go. Understood? Otherwise, it would have been taking an entire new step. Entire set solving. The entire power of 4. How will you solve it? You will assume that m square is equal to t. Then you will put m raised to 4 will be t square. Then from that you will solve for t square. After that you will solve for m. Then it will take an eternity to get the answer. Yes. Aishwarya, did you understand the assumption part of m? That part you understood, Aishwarya? How did you assume? Yes. That way we got m is equal to 1. Now we are finding what? P of x less than or equal to 1 we are finding. P of x less than or equal to 1 means x less than or equal to 1 means what? X value should be 0 and x value should be what? 1. Since equal to sign is there, we should take x value is equal to 1. Now we are using the equation, normal equation of what? We are using the normal equation of e raised to minus m raised to x divided by x factorial for this one. That is becoming how much? E raised to minus 1 m raised to 0 divided by x factorial, that is 0 factorial. Plus again we are using e raised to minus m into m raised to x divided by x factorial. Here x is equal to 1. So e raised to minus 1 raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial. From that we got it as how much? E raised to minus 1 is remaining plus e raised to minus 1 is remaining. If you want, I'll write one more step, which is equal to e raised to minus 1 plus e raised to minus 1. That is how much? 2 into e raised to minus 1, which is equal to 2 by e. Answer is how much? 2 divided by 2.72. Answer is 0.73. Got it, Aishwarya? Yes, perfect. In a certain Poisson frequency distribution, the probability corresponding to 2 success, that means P of x is equal to 2 is equal to half the probability corresponding to how many success? 3 success. Get me the answer. We need to find the value of what? M. Yes, get me the answer. That is how much now? e raised to minus m into m square divided by 2 factorial, which is equal to 1 by 2 into e raised to minus m into m cube divided by 3 factorial. 2 factorial and 2 got cancelled. 3 factorial is how much? 6. E raised to minus m cancel. M square then m cube got cancelled. What is remaining? M is equal to 6. Option A is your answer. I hope everyone got this. Next question. Get me the answer. Try to understand what is given, and based on that, try to do it. Normal distribution will be done in very few minutes. Then we will start with index number also. Index number is a very small chapter and very few questions are asking. 5 questions will be there, but it will be a repeated type. All the time they will repeat again. Yes. It is a Poisson variate such that P of x is equal to 1, which is equal to how much? 0.7. That means P of x is equal to 1 is equal to 0.7 means can I write it as e raised to minus m raised to minus 1 divided by 1 factorial is equal to how much? 0.7. Let that be equation 1. Similarly, can I write it as e raised to minus m raised to minus 2 divided by 2 factorial is how much? 0.3. So equation 1, equation 2. Can I take equation 2 divided by equation 1? Equation 1 divided by equation 2. What is the formula? First of all, e raised to minus m raised to minus 1 or 1. What is the formula we know? Tell me. What is the formula for P of x? X is equal to x raised to plus 1 or minus 1. Yes, sorry, m raised to plus 1 or minus 1? Minus 1. Why are you guys acting confused? What is the formula? General formula. What is the formula? Just tell me. You guys are acting confused. What is our general formula? Why are you guys accepting that when I write minus raised to minus 1? Don't accept things. That's not the right way to learn. Try to contradict. Just like we did in last day problems. Contradicting each other. One person is telling truth, other person is telling lie. X raised to, it should be x. That will be what? 1. This will be what? 2. Yes, correct. Now, equation 2 divided by equation 1. So, equation 2 divided by equation 1 means what? You will write it as equation 2 is how much? E raised to minus m. Then m square divided by 2 divided by e raised to minus m. Then m, which is equal to 0.3 divided by 0.7. Cancel m and m square. E raised to minus m, e raised to minus m. Then m by 2 is equal to 3 by 7. So m is equal to how much? M is equal to 6 by 7. M is equal to 6 by 7. Now people, the question is they are asking us to find the value of P of x is equal to 0. P of x is equal to 0 is nothing but e raised to minus m raised to x. That is how much here? 0 divided by 0 factorial. That is e raised to minus 6 by 7 is our answer. Option B is your answer. Got it? Yes. Dr. Diya, solved up? Yeah. Can we do the next one? Yes. A company has 2 cars. Sir, how 3 by 7? Yes, 1 second. 0.3 by 0.7, right? Yes, 0.3 by 0.7 will become what? 3 by 7. point will get cancelled. That's how it became 3 by 7. Understood? Lavanya? Yes. If not, what you will do? Type 0.3 divided by 0.7, whatever decimal value are you getting, take it as M value and check which is that decimal value. Cross check. That's all. Like how we used to do. Got it? Doubt is still there or not? Take 3 divided by 4. 3 divided 0.3 divided by 0.7. Type on your calculator. 0.3 divided by 0.7. Which is equal to how much? 0.4285 is something. Yes. Likewise. Cross check which option is giving you that. That's all. Yes. Now, a company has 2 cars which it hires out during the day. The number of cars demanded in a day has a Poisson distribution mean of M is equal to how much now? 1.5. Now people, sometimes in question they will not directly give mean value is this much. But in bracket they will give e raised to minus 1.5 is this much. From that you should understand what the M value is 1.5. That is a shortcut. Okay. M is 1.5. Then the percentage of days on which only one car is in demand. That means P of X is equal to 1. That is nothing but what? E raised to minus M raised to X divided by what? Instead of X you will put what? 1 divided by 1 factorial. That is nothing but e raised to minus 1.5 into 1.5 divided by what the? 1. Get me that. E raised to 1.5 is how much? 0.2231 into 1.5. How much is your answer, people? How much is your answer? 0.33465. Now, this is the probability. They are asking for what? Percentage. That means into 100, which is equal to 33.46. Option B is your answer. Everyone understood why that is the case? Yes. So when they gave it in percentage, we were finding the probability by dividing by 100. When we get the probability to find percentage into 100, the ulta we will do. Yes. Next one is this question. Try to get me the answer. M is equal to how much as per the question? 1. E of x is equal to 1 means that means expectation of x is equal to 1 means mean is equal to 1. Now, if x is a Poisson variate and e of x is equal to 1, then p of x greater than 1 is how much is the question. People, when I say p of x greater than 1, can I say that p of x greater than 1 is nothing but we studied 1 minus p of x less than or equal to 1? Yes, I can write the opposite of it, which is equal to 1 minus p of x less than or equal to 1 means what all possible values of x are there? P of x is equal to 0 is there, plus p of x is equal to 1 is there. Now people, just substitute the formula for our Poisson distribution probability mass function and get me the answer. 1 minus what? P of x is equal to 0. What do you mean by that? E power minus m. M is how much here? 1. I'll write the formula, then we will go forward. And then m raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial plus e power minus m, then m raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial, which is equal to 1 minus e power minus 1. M raised to 0 is how much? 1. 0 factorial is how much? 1. Then plus e raised to minus 1. 1 power 1 is how much the? 1. Then 1 factorial is how much the? 1. So which is equal to 1 minus 2 into e raised to minus 1. Tell me which is the right answer. Option C is your right answer. Everyone got it? Anyone is having any trouble? Please start. Understood? Yes. Got it? Yeah. Next one. Now we have like very few more questions, then this topic is done, then we will take the break. We will come back after the break. We will finish Poisson distribution, normal distribution, then the chapter is over. Yes, very easy chapter, right? Till here how is it? Very easy, right? And I'm telling you, it is one of the easiest, but people will never study. Okay, you guys study this, never think that it is very difficult. Just go for it, you will get the answer. Now Look here. The average number of advertisement per page appearing in a newspaper is 3. That means M is equal to how much? 3. Printing error. Advertisement in newspaper. Everything will come under where? The Poisson distribution. What is the probability that in a particular page 0 advertisements are there? That means P of X is equal to 0 is how much? What is the formula? E raised to minus M. M raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial, that is nothing but e raised to minus 3. M raised to 0 is 1. 0 factorial is how much? 1. So answer is what? Option A, e raised to minus 3. When you see the option itself, when you see E, that means only one person is having E over there. Who is that person? Poisson distribution. Okay. Now, if for a Poisson distributed random variable X, the probability of X taking value 2, that means P of X is equal to 2 is 3 times probability of X taking value 4. Now you tell me people, X is equal to 2, how to do this? E raised to minus M into M raised to 2 divided by 2 factorial is 2, 3 into E raised to minus M into M raised to 4 divided by 4 factorial is how much? 24. E raised to minus M, E raised to minus M cancel. Then what all things are remaining? I'll just rearrange it. One last time I'll rearrange. If someone is having doubt over this rearrangement, one last time I am rearranging. This 24 will go to this side. Then cross multiply. Okay. That means 24 is equal to, or 3 will come to this side. 24 divided by 2 into 3, which is equal to what? The M square will come to this side. That means M raised to 4 divided by M square. This is the rearrangement. Rather than cancelling, this is how you should write before cancelling things. Now M square and M raised to 4 will become what? M square. Sorry, M raised to 4 and M square will become what? M square. Then 24 divided by 6 is how much? 4. So M is equal to how much? Root 4, which is equal to how much? 2. Now the question is, what is the variance of X? That is nothing but 2. What is the standard deviation? The root 2. Yes, perfect. Get me the answer. Think once you think. A renowned hospital usually admits 200 patients every day. What is the number of patients every day? 200 patients. 1% of the patients on average, okay, 1% of patients on average require special room facility. So M is equal to how much? 1% of 200 is how much? 200 into 1% is how much? Nothing but 2. M value is 2. On one particular morning, it was found that only one special room is available. What is the probability that more than 3 patients would be required? That means P of X greater than 3. That means we should write it as 1 minus P of X less than or equal to 3. Answer is what? 1 minus P of X less than or equal to 3. What are the possible values? P of X is equal to 0 is there, plus P of X is equal to 1 is there. That means 1 patient. P of X is equal to 2 patients will be there. Then P of X is equal to 3 patients will be there. P of X is equal to 4 patients. Will that be there? No. Yes. Get me the answer. Which is equal to 1 minus P of X is equal to 0. First one, e raised to minus M. Minus M is how much? E raised to minus 2. Then M raised to 0. That means 2 raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial plus e raised to minus 2 into X is equal to how much? 1. So 2 raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial plus e raised to minus 2 into 2 raised to how much? 2 divided by 2 factorial plus e raised to minus 2 into 2 raised to 3 divided by how much? 3 factorial. Now what is common? E raised to minus 2 is common in everything. Take it outside. 1 minus e raised to minus 2 into 2 raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial is how much? 1 plus 2 raised to 1 divided by 1 is how much? 2. 2 square is how much? 4. 4 divided by 2 is how much? 2 plus 2 cube is how much? 2 cube is 8. 8 divided by 6 is how much? 8 by 6. Just use calculator, get me the answer. That is 1 minus 2.72 the whole raised to, I can write it in the denominator also, right? 1 minus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus, that I can write it as 5 plus 8 by 6, the entire thing divided by 2.72 square. I will not use or write these many steps. You know, right? You need to use the calculator to get the answer rather than writing these many steps. I'm just, for the sake of writing, I'm writing for you. Yes, tell me the answer. How to use calculator? If you want, find the value inside the box. Click M plus, then find 2.72 square, divide equal to, accordingly you can change the answer. Yes, 2.72 divide equal to, click M plus, then 5 plus 8 by 6 can be written as 8 divided by 6, then plus 5, then multiplied with MRC, change the sign, plus 1. How much is the answer you are getting, people? How much is it? 0.143. That means the nearest answer is what? Everyone got the same answer? Just check once. Yes, clear the memory. 2.72 into equal to, divide equal to, I'm taking it as M plus, then 8 divided by 6 plus 5, then multiplied with MRC, then change the sign, then plus 1. You are getting it as how much? Okay, change the sign, change sign, plus 1. Yes, how much you got? 0.1423. Yes, 0.14. Answer, nearest answer is what? Option A is your nearest answer. Any doubt in that? Calculation, any doubt? Please tell me if any doubt is there in the calculation part. Got it? Understood that? Yes. Online, everyone. Aishwarya, Dhanushri, George, Karthik, Lavanya, Manasa, Said, Seda, Vandana, Vikshit. Everyone understood this? If not, please tell me. Got it? Fine. Can we do the next question? Everyone? Look at this. From this itself, you will understand a small thing. Before even doing the question, you will understand something from the given. M is equal to how much? 2.4. Mean is equal to 2.4. We understood without even doing the question. Now, check this. The manufacturer of a certain electronic component is certain that 2% of his product is defective. What is he certain about? He is certain that 2% will be defective. You guys only require that much. 2% is no matter what defective. He sells the components in a box of 120. So in a box, how many components are there? 120 components are there, and guarantees that not more than 2% in a box will be defective. Guarantee is what? Not more than 2%. Not more than 2% means what? It will be always less than 2%. Always the guarantee is what? It should be less than 2% is defective. Guarantee means, his guarantee is what I am telling. I am the manufacturer, I am telling only. Not more than 2% means, when I say that, you should understand it should be less than 2%. Now, people, look at the question. Find the probability that a box selected at random would fail to meet the guarantee. So, fail to meet the guarantee means, that means P of X should be not more than 2.5, 2% means it should be more than, fail to meet the guarantee means more than 2%. That is the thing. Now, more than 2% means 2% of what? 2% of 120. That is how much? 2.4. That's how you are writing P of X greater than 2.4. That is the thing we are going to find, which is equal to, when it is greater than 2.4, can I write it as 1 minus P of X less than or equal to 2.4? One more thing, people, can X take a decimal value? No, X can only take proper integer values. So what are the possible values? P of X is equal to 0 plus P of X is equal to 1 plus P of X is equal to 2. Can you take X is equal to 3? Sorry, 2.4? No, that is not possible. So this is your answer. Understood the logic? If not, please tell me. Understood the logic of this? So first of all, you should know the guarantee. Then only we can solve for the question. Otherwise, we will not be able to solve for the question. Yes. Get me the answer. Which is equal to 1 minus p of x is equal to 0 means what? E raised to minus 2.4 into m raised to 0 divided by 0 plus m value is how much? M value is nothing but 2.4. Then e raised to minus 2.4 into m raised to m is how much? 2.4 raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial plus e raised to minus 2.4, then e 2.4 the whole square divided by 2 factorial, that is 2. Get me the answer. Very direct. Just substitute the whatever value they have given over there. You will get the answer. M, that is, this will become 2.4 raised to 0, that is 1. Just use calculator, get me the answer. Use m plus MRC, you will get the answer. So how are you going to do using calculator? Type to e raised to minus 2.4 is already given. That is how much? 0.0907 into, first one is that m plus, then 0.0907 multiplied with 2.4 m plus 0.0907 multiplied with 2.4 multiplied with 2.4 divided by 2, then again click m plus, then MRC, change the sign, plus 1. How much is your answer? How much is the answer you are getting, people? 0.43. Option D is your answer. Everyone got the answer? Did anyone get any different answer? Please tell. It's the calculation part. Only the calculation part is going to trouble you. If you are good with calculation, if not good with calculation, watch our calculation trick video. That will help you out. If not, you should be able to get the answer because the calculation is very direct. Yes. Correct? Yes. 0.43 everyone got? Yes. That's all. This one, what do you guys think? Standard deviation is 1.732. That means root m is equal to 1.732. M is equal to how much? Type that 1.732 into equal to is how much? 2.99998. Can I take it as 3? Let m is equal to 3. Okay, I'm assuming m is equal to 3. Now, what is the value of Poisson distribution? Then p value is in between minus 2. X value is in between minus 2.48 and 3.52. X value, can it take negative value? No. So what all possible values are there? P of x is equal to 0 is there, plus p of x is equal to 1 is there, plus p of x is equal to 2 is there, plus p of x is equal to 3 is there, plus p of x is equal to 4 is there? No, it is not there. Maximum is how much? Less than 3.54 is the case. So it should be till 3. Direct substitution, you will get the answer. M value do you have? Yes, e raised to 3. So first one, e raised to minus 3, then 3 raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial plus e raised to minus 3 into 3 raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial plus e raised to minus 3 into 3 raised to 2 divided by 2 factorial plus e raised to minus 3 into 3 raised to 3 divided by what? 3 factorial. What all things are common everywhere? E raised to minus 3 is common, correct? So I am taking e raised to minus 3 common from that. That means what is remaining in the first term? 1. Second term 3. Third term 9 by 4. Fourth term 27 divided by 6 is remaining. Then we know that. Use calculator. Just use calculator, get me the answer. Take your calculator, type. First step you are going to type on calculator. What are the things you are going to type? 1 plus 3 is how much? 4. Then click m plus. Then 9 divided by 4. M plus. Sir, how 4? So sorry. Just 2. Yes. Thank you. Yes, it is 2. That is 9 divided by 2. M plus. Then 27 divided by 6. M plus. Then MRC. You are getting that value of whatever is there. Then let it be there. Then you need to divide it with how much? Divide it with 2.72. Divide with 2.72. Divide with 2.72. Why are we dividing it 3 times? Because the power is 3. How much are you getting, people? How much is your answer? 0.86. Everyone got it as 0.86? Easy? Try again. If not, try again. Understood? Saeed got it. Aishwarya got it. Dhanushree, Karthik, Lavanya, George, Manasa, Saeed, Saida, Vandana, Vikshit. Are you getting the answer? Yes. So it's all about calculator if you ask me. The time can be saved using what? Calculator. So the previous question I used memory calculation for this when it was 2.72 square. Now I use what? I divided using 2.72, divide 2.72, 2.72. Whichever way is coming to your mind, follow that. You'll get your answer. Should I check the answer once? Yes. Yeah? I'll check. Yeah, yes. How much is the answer? 0.64. Let me check. 4. Then click M plus. Then 9 divided by 2. M plus. 27 divided by 6. M plus. Then MRC. Divide by 2.72. Divide by 2.72. Divide by 2.72. Answer is how much? 0.64. Okay. Option B is your answer. Okay. Got it? Fine. Done. We can take a break. Everyone can come back by what's the time now? 10. Everyone can come back by 10:40. Yes. Yesterday I told you, right? Exactly around 10:10. Now we are taking the break. Fine. Normal distribution. Okay. In normal distribution, is it discrete or continuous? It is continuous. Yes. So, which are the discrete probability distribution? Binomial and Poisson are the discrete probability distribution. Now we are coming to the continuous probability distribution, and continuous probability distribution is nothing but normal distribution. Which is it? The normal distribution. Now, how many parameters are there for normal distribution? No, 2 parameters are there. Mean and variance are the parameters. Mean is expressed as mu and variance is expressed as sigma square. These are the 2 parameters. Now I will tell you how the question is going to become interesting for your examination. They will ask you, which of the following is a biparametric discrete probability distribution? What is the answer? Binomial distribution. Which of the following is a biparametric continuous probability distribution? Answer is what? Yes, normal distribution. That's how you should remember this. Because that's how the question will get confusing. So biparametric, continuous is what? Normal distribution. Biparametric, discrete is what? Binomial. Who is a uniparametric distribution which we are studying? No, Poisson distribution. Yes. Now, which are the parameters of a normal distribution? So normal distribution parameters are mean as well as variance. Mean is expressed as mu, while variance is expressed as what? Sigma square. Now the first thing, we need to know the probability distribution mass function or probability density function or P of X of a normal distribution. Just like binomial, just like Poisson, we have in normal also. You can write it as f of x or p of x you can write. That is nothing but 1 by sigma root of 2 pi. Very important. Is equal to, you can write it this way. 1 by sigma root of 2 pi e raised to minus 1 by 2 into x minus mu divided by sigma the whole square. This way also you can write. So I'll be using the second way most of the time because that will give you the answer much more easily. Okay, what is it? 1 by sigma root of 2 pi e raised to minus 1 by 2 into x minus mu by sigma the whole square, where sigma is what? Standard deviation. Sigma square is what? Variance. Mu is what? Mean. Then e value is how much? 2.72. Now here x is the random variable, mu is the mean of the distribution, sigma is the standard deviation. Then x values can take from minus infinity to plus infinity. From minus infinity to plus infinity, all possible x values can be there. Now, one good thing about normal distribution is it is symmetric. What is it? It is symmetrical throughout and it is symmetric around the mean. So I'll show you one graph of normal distribution. The normal graph look like this, and this is the center. I mean, it should be symmetrical. What do you mean by symmetrical? If I put a mirror in front, both the halves will be same. Or if I cut it into two parts should be identical. That is called as symmetrical. Now assume that this is symmetrical from minus infinity to plus infinity. Then who is in the middle? The mean is there in the middle. The left and right sides of the distribution are mirror images of each other. So normal distribution is symmetrical or asymmetrical? Is there any skewness there? No skewness, no asymmetry. It is perfectly symmetrical. Then a normal distribution has zero skewness. It is not tilted to the left or the right. That means it is properly symmetrical. Then for a normal distribution, here everything is same. What is happening? In normal distribution, mean is equal to median is equal to what? Mode. Everything is same. So when I say this is mean, I should also say that it is the mode. I should also say that it is a median. Everything is same and it is in the center itself. Then shape independence. The shape of normal distribution remains consistent regardless the value of mu and sigma. Even if you change the value of mu or if you change the value of sigma, the shape will remain constant. And it shifts the center while the variance scales the spread. It doesn't affect us. At the end of the day, even if we change the mu and sigma value, the shape remains consistent. Now, how many modes? Only one mode. What is the mode? Mode is the mean itself. So, uni model. In the previous one, we get the value of m and we will say, oh, this is the previous one. Or if decimal values are there, we will say that except the decimal value, whatever is there is the mode. While in normal distribution, mean itself is the mode. Mode itself is the median. Everything is same. Now that's how a normal distribution graph look like. Okay, this is how a graph look like, as I told. So the central value is what? The mean as well as what? Median as well as what? Mode. Okay, the center is mean, median and mode. Then one by one we will check. Then the first point is mu plus sigma, then mu plus 2 sigma, then mu plus 3 sigma, etc goes to will what? The infinity. Similarly, mu minus sigma, mu minus 2 sigma, mu minus 3 sigma, etc goes till what? The minus infinity. Now I will teach you one point. It was a previous year question and it was almost this time also we can expect that question. You know concave and convex? Have you heard about concave and convex? Long back in physics, we studied about concave and convex lenses and all. Yes, one will look like this, the other will look like in the other way. Now, this point, right? I'll mark it here. It's very important. Last attempt, it was there. The day before exam, not on the day of exam morning, I was doing a revision and I told one question, like it will be there. Actually, the exact question without even changing the answer came for the exam. Without even changing. Because this is actually taken from previous year questions, so sometimes they will not change the answer as well. I mean, change the values as well. Even the answer was same. Who just watched the video, they don't need to do it. They just need to mark it, that's all. That's why it was that question. Now, this point, look here. Here the graph is coming like this. If you ask me, it is coming this way. Then at this point, what is happening? It is turning to the other way. Similarly, the graph is coming from here to this way, but this point it is turning to the other way. So these point, right, this mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma, these are called points of inflection. Keep a note. What is it? The points of inflection. Why is it called points of inflection? The point at which the normal graph turned from concave to convex or from convex to concave. That is called as points of inflection. That is mentioned over here. Look here. The points at which the normal graph turns from points, transition from concave to convex, or vice versa. Vice versa means what? The ulta, like convex to concave or concave to convex. So which are the point? Mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. I'll show you that question which came for examination. Then we will speak. If the points of inflection of a normal curve are 6 and 14, then the standard deviation is how much is the question. That means mu minus sigma is equal to how much? 6. Mu plus sigma is equal to how much? 14. Now we need to find the value of sigma or standard deviation. Sigma is also represented for standard deviation. I told you in chapter 14. Now, add both. How much is it? 2 mu is equal to 20. Mu is equal to how much? 10. If mu is equal to 10, sigma will be how much? Substitute this over here. That means 10 minus sigma is equal to 6. Sigma is equal to how much? 4. Option A is your answer. Okay, understood? That's how they ask the question. The points of inflection are, they'll say randomly say, the points of inflection are 40 and 60. Find the value of mu. That means 40 and 60 means mu minus sigma is equal to 40. Mu plus sigma is equal to 60. Whichever is the biggest value, we will take it as the higher value. Likewise, you will put mu minus sigma will be a smaller value. Mu plus sigma will be a bigger value. That's how we are going to do the question. I hope that everyone understood the method. Is that clear for everyone? Anyone is having doubt over that? Got it? Yes. Now, shape. Does it depend? Does not depend on its parameter. I told you it is consistent throughout. Then, this is the question I told you. This is the question I solved that time. The inflection point of a normal distribution are 6 and 14. What is its standard deviation? You already found the answer. How much was the answer? 4. Now the next question is, which of the following is not a character of normal probability distribution? Is it multimodal? It is not multimodal. It is unimodal. Okay. Now, the normal curve is dash. Is it symmetrical? It is symmetrical, right? There is no skewness. Then, the points of inflection of a normal curve are 40 and 60 respectively. Then its mean deviation is how much? Okay. We need to find something. I'll help you out in that. I'll say deja vu in a few minutes. Yes, so that you will remember what we did long back. Now, people, mu minus sigma is equal to how much? 40. Mu plus sigma is equal to how much? 60. From this, mu is equal to how much? 2 mu is equal to, add both, you are getting it as 100. Mu is equal to how much? 50. If mu is equal to 50, that means 50 minus sigma is equal to 40. That means sigma is equal to how much? 10. That means standard deviation is equal to how much? Standard deviation is equal to how much? 10. Now, do you know any relation between standard deviation and mean deviation? 2SD is equal to 2.5 MD is equal to how many QD? 3 QDs are there. From that, we know that 2SD is equal to 2.5 MD. 2SD is equal to what? 2.5 MD. Which chapter? Chapter 14. We studied at that time. I told you in the future also I will be using this. Now 2SD. 2 into 10 is equal to 2.5 into MD. That means 20 divided by 2.5 is equal to MD. So answer of MD is how much? 8. So that is option A. I hope that everyone got this. Next question. If we change the parameter of a dash distribution, the shape of the probability curve does not change. Which one? Normal distribution. Quartile deviation of a normal distribution with mean 10 and standard deviation 4 is how much? Why are you thinking too much? Don't think about this chapter. Think about the past. So what formula? 2SD is equal to 2.5 MD is equal to how many QD? 3 QD. We need to find what the quartile deviation and standard deviation is given. So which we will take? 2SD is equal to 3 QD. 2 into standard deviation is how much? The 4, which is equal to 3 into what? The into QD. How much is it? QD is equal to 8 by 3. How much is your answer? 8 divided by 3 is equal to 2.66. That means 2.7 is your answer. Option D. Very direct. Yes. Now I will come to this with respect to this chapter in few seconds. In a normal distribution, variance is 16. Value of mean deviation is how much? So we know that variance is 16. Then standard deviation is how much? The root of variance, which is equal to root of 16, which is equal to 4. Now mean deviation 2SD is equal to 2.5 MD. Then 2 into standard deviation is 4, 2.5 MD. You tell me the answer of MD. MD is nothing but 8 divided by 2.5, which is equal to how much? 3. Option B is your answer. Now I will come back to this concept as per this chapter, so that you can do some other question. No other question. We are not going to learn that. That's what I am trying to tell you. We are not going to learn that formula whichever is given as per this chapter. Now the chapter is telling MD is equal to 0.8 SD. Mean deviation is equal to 0.8 SD. Are we going to learn that? No. We are not going to learn that. Yes. Then something we need to learn is Q1 is equal to mu minus 0.6745 sigma. Q3 is equal to mu plus 0.6745 sigma. This one we need to know. Why? Because in certain question they will give Q1 and Q3. From that we need to find the value of SD. We already did the similar question. Keep a note of it. Q1 is equal to how much? Sometimes they will directly ask what is the first quartile. If the mean is this much and standard deviation is this much. There is a question. I'll show that. So what is the formula? Q1 is equal to mu minus 0.6745 sigma. Q2 is equal to mu plus 0.6745 sigma. Now, look at this graph. What is the total area under this graph? It is actually a graph representing probability distribution, right? What will be the total area under a probability distribution graph? That means total probability is how much? 1. So the curve will have a total area of how much? 1. So in total, the total probability under this graph or the area under this graph is how much? 1. Can it be more than 1? No. Why not? Because probability cannot be more than 1. Then can it be less than 0? No. Why not? Because probability cannot be lesser than 0. Keep that in mind. The total probability under a normal distribution graph is how much? 1. Now, keep a note of this formula. This is only important. This formula is not important for us because we already know QD is what? QD is Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. Similarly, we know that median is equal to what? Q3 plus Q1 divided by 2. Where we studied in chapter 14, we studied that. Now, area under a normal graph. You know, total area under a normal graph is how much? 1. Now, people, look here. If this is my normal graph, no, subnormal. Yes. If this is my normal graph, yes, think that it is symmetrical. Okay. Yes. Now, if I cut it into 2 parts, what is the area on the left side? 0.5. What is the area on the right side? 0.5. So total area is 0.5 plus 0.5 is how much? 1. So can I say that from minus infinity to mu and from mu to plus infinity, what is the area? Total area is how much? 1. From minus infinity to mu, how much is the area? 0.5. From mu to plus infinity, how much is the area? 0.5. Remember that. Okay. Now people, I am going to the most important part. It is asked many times directly and it is useful in solving some of the questions. Check this. Area between standard deviation. The areas between standard deviation is the question. Now the thing is, what is the total area under the curve? From minus infinity to plus infinity, total area is how much? 1. Now can I say that 100% of the area is in between minus infinity and plus infinity? Yes. The total area is in between what and what, Arvind? Minus infinity and plus infinity. Now if I ask you, if I draw the graph like this, and this is the normal graph. Now this is mu. I'm taking this is mu minus 3 sigma. This is how much now? Mu plus 3 sigma. So in between mu minus 3 sigma and mu plus 3 sigma, that means the area in between these 2 points, how much of the area is there? 99.73% of the area is there. That is how much the 1 into 99.73% is how much? 0.9973% of the area is in between what and what? Mu minus 3 sigma and mu plus 3 sigma. Then I will ask you one simple question. What is the area in between mu minus 3 sigma and mu? You should tell me the answer. What is the area whichever I am shading now? The area in between mu minus 3 sigma and mu. 0.4986. How did you get that? Because the total area from mu minus 3 sigma to mu plus 3 sigma is what? 0.9973. If I cut it into 2 halves, 1 half will be mu minus 3 sigma to mu. That will be how much? This divided by 2, which is equal to 0.49865 something it will be going to. Then what is the area in between mu and mu plus 3 sigma? What do you guys think? That will also be same 0.49 or something etc. you will be getting. Everyone understood that? Now the next part I am asking. Mu minus 2 sigma. Do you remember somewhere over here mu minus 2 sigma was there? Somewhere over here mu minus 2 sigma. Then similarly somewhere over here mu minus 2 sigma was there. Now people, the area in between mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus, so this is not minus, this is plus 2 sigma. The area in between mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma, how much is it? 95.46% is area in between them. So answer is how much? 0.9546. Keep a note. Very important. These values are important. Direct questions are there. I told you, right? 20 direct questions will always be there. This is one such question. 0.9546 of the area is in between mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma. Then finally, the area in between the inflection point. Which are the inflection point? You tell me. Which are the inflection point? Mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. So area in between mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma is 0.6828. That is 68.28%. Keep a note. Very, very, very important. Can we solve one question now? Everyone, keep a note of it. It is very important. Make a note in your book if required. Everything is very important. Please keep a note. Can we start? Now, I'll take you to one question. Area under normal curve is what? 1. Area under normal curve is how much? 1. It cannot be more than that. Now, so I'll take it in some time. Yes. Area under a normal curve between mu plus 3 sigma. X bar is what? Mean. That is mu here. Mu plus 3 sigma and mu minus 3 sigma is how much? 99.73% of the area. Previous year question. One time they asked it in another way. The area in between mu plus 3 sigma and mu minus 3 sigma. They told that all the area other than 0.27 percentage. That is also correct, right? Only 0.27 percentage is not coming under this. So they can also ask the question like this: all the other area other than 0.27 percentage. Yes, or 20, that much. Now, next question is, for a normal distribution, Q1 is 54.52, Q3 is 78.86, and the median of the distribution. Median formula is what? We studied already. Q1 plus Q3 divided by what? Divided by 2. That is how much? 54.52 plus 78.86 divided by 2. How much is your answer? 66.69. Option C is your answer. Next question is, yeah, these are the basics. Now we are going for another one. Now the one question I'll ask from this: the wages of a workers of a factory follow what? First of all, wages, salary, everything is a continuous distribution. Okay, wages is there, salary is there, profit, everything comes under what? Continuous distribution. So binomial is a continuous distribution? No. Poisson is a continuous distribution? No. So according to us, which is a continuous distribution? Normal distribution. Keep that in mind. Okay. Now, in a normal distribution, what do you guys think? With your knowledge in median, you should answer me. First and second quartile are equidistant from the median? No, first and second quartile itself is the median, right? That means, is that answer correct? No. First and second quartile means what? Q2. Q2 itself is the median. Can meet Q2 median equidistance from another median or the same median? No, that is equal. That means first option is wrong. Second and third quartile are equidistant from the median. That means Q1 and Q3 are. You remember, Q2 is in the middle, Q1 is over here, Q3 is over here. So Q1 and Q3 are equidistant from the median. So which option is the right answer? Option B is the right answer. Now check. First and third quartiles are equidistant from the mean. Is that correct? Is that correct? First and third quartiles are equidistant from the mean. Second, oh, this one is second, right? That means that is not correct. I thought that I read it as first. Okay, that means option B is also wrong. That is Q2 only. This is what? Q2. It cannot be. That means option A and B are wrong. First and third are equidistant from the mean. Now people, we know that in normal distribution, mean is what? Median as well as mode. Oh, median is what? Nothing but Q2. So first and Q1 and Q3 are equidistant from what? Q2. So answer is option C. Sorry for that. Yes. Got it? Understood? Now, I'll just give you a throwback of the formula. What was the formula for probability density function? 1 by sigma root of 2 pi e raised to minus 1 by 2 x minus mu divided by sigma the whole square. Remember this. I'll take you to the question based on this. Okay. What is the answer for this? For a normal distribution, Ax values in between mu minus 3 sigma and mu plus 3 sigma is equal to how much? The area in between that and that is what? 0.9973. Option A. Yes. See how directly they are asking the question? Yes. It is the normal case of this. They will directly ask the question. Now, look at this. What is the first quartile? We need to find what? Q1. What is the formula we know for Q1 using this one? That is mu minus 0.6745 sigma. Do you remember? Yes. Now, how to find the value of mu and how to find the value of sigma, I'll show you now. Whenever you see a probability density function of a normal distribution, write our normal function. What is the normal function? 1 by sigma root of 2 pi, then e raised to minus 1 by 2, then x minus mu divided by sigma the whole square. People, compare both. Compare over here. What you guys think is the value of mu? Compare both. Instead of mu, who is sitting here? 10. So from that, mu is equal to how much? 10. Direct answer. Mu is equal to how much? 10. That we got. Now we need to find the value of what? Sigma. In order to find the value of sigma, we will go here. Equate the coefficient of e in both the terms. So you will write 1 by root of 72 pi is equal to 1 by sigma root of 2 pi. Now people, can I write it as 1 by 72 in root 72 into root pi, which is equal to 1 by sigma root 2 into root pi. Now root pi cancel. Then if I cancel root 2 with root 72, what will it become now? Root of 36 it will become. What is remaining? 1 by sigma is remaining. Root 36 is how much? 6. From that, sigma is equal to how much? 6. Root 36 is equal to 6. Cross multiply, it will become what? Root sigma is equal to root 36. From that, sigma is equal to what? 6. You have the value of mu is equal to 10. Sigma is equal to 5. Now, can you find me the value of Q1? Q1 is nothing but mu is how much? 10 minus 0.6745 into sigma is how much? 6. Get me the answer. Use calculator, get me the answer. 5.95. So how to do that? Type 0.65 on 0.6745 on your calculator, multiply it with 6, then change the sign using plus or minus, then plus 10. How much you are getting? 5.953. Answer is which one? Option C. Understood? Anyone is having doubt? Please tell me. Everyone got this? Yes, Pakka? Yes. Next question. We need to find the mean. Very direct answer. How to do this? We will write it as f of x is equal to, I'll just show you again. What is the general formula? 1 by sigma root of 2 pi e raised to minus mu minus x minus mu divided by sigma the whole square. Then 1 by 2 is also there. Now comparing, you tell me, comparing it, what do you guys think is the mu value? Mu value is nothing but 10. From that you can directly write mean is equal to 10. Comparison. Are you getting the logic? People, too many other complicated ways are there, but this is the easiest way, just to compare. Now tell me, what is sigma? You will compare the denominator. You write 1 by 4 root 2 pi is equal to 1 by sigma root 2 pi. Root 2 pi cancelled off. What is remaining? Sigma is equal to how much? 4. That's all. Done. Got it? Yes. Next question. Find the standard deviation and mean of x. Use the same method. The f of x value is given over here. 1 by root 2 divided by root pi is equal to e raised to 2 into x minus 3 the whole square. Now, what is the general formula? F of x is equal to 1 by sigma root 2 pi e raised to minus 1 by 2 x minus mu divided by sigma the whole square. Now people compare. Who is there along with x? 3. So mu value will be what? Mu value is, no matter what, it will be 3. Directly we got the mean value. Now, how to find the sigma value? So compare the coefficients. What are the coefficients now? Root 2 divided by root pi is equal to 1 by sigma root 2. Can I write it as root 2 into root pi? So that I can cancel things easily. Now you tell me. Root pi cancelled off. Then I am taking this to the other side. That means root 2 into sigma into root 2 is equal to 1. Root 2 and root 2 will become how much? 2. So 2 sigma is equal to 1. Sigma is equal to how much? 1 by 2. From that, answer is what? 3 comma 1 by 2 is our answer. Standard deviation Standard deviation is 1 by 2. Mean is equal to how much? 3. Yes. Since they did not ask respectively, our answer is correct. Otherwise, it would have been wrong. Did you understand? Standard deviation is 1 by 2. Mean is how much? 3. So the answer should have been, if the question was like respectively. Respectively means first the option should be having 1 by 2. Then only 3 should be there. Okay. But respectively is not there. So option A is your direct answer. I hope that everyone understood this. Anyone is having doubt, please tell me. Got it? Can I go to another question? Find the mean and variance. Variance means sigma square. Yes. Find the mean and variance of a random variable x having the probability density function. So what is this x? Exponential of e raised to minus of x minus 4 the whole square divided by the entire thing divided by how much? The root pi. That means that is a given thing, p of x. But according to our formula, what is it? The 1 by sigma root 2 pi e raised to minus 1 by 2 x minus mu divided by sigma the whole square. Now compare both. What do you think about mu? Mu is how much? Comparing both, mu is how much? Mu is 4. So mu is equal to 4. We got the value of mean is equal to how much? 4. Now how to compare the value of sigma? The coefficient of this e is how much here? 1 by root pi is equal to 1 by sigma root 2 into root pi. Cancel things. Then sigma to the other side. Sigma is equal to 1 by root 2. Which option is the answer? Option B. 4 comma 1 by root 2 is your answer. I hope that everyone understood this. So these are the questions which they directly ask based on this. Very easy to get. Oh, okay, fine. Good. So what we found over here? We found the sigma value. Then sigma square is the variance. So answer is how much? Which is equal to 1 by root 2 square, which is our variance. So which is equal to how much? 1 by 2. Option A is your answer. Yes. Now, I'm taking you to the base again. Okay. The basis. People, how will you read this stuff? Can you tell me? With your current present knowledge in Poisson distribution as well as binomial distribution, can you read it? X is a normal variable with parameters mu1 and sigma 1 square. Y is a normal variable with parameters mu2 and sigma 2 square. Now x plus y will be a normal variate with parameters mu1 plus mu2 and sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square. That is the additive property. We are adding the mu1 and mu2 value as well as the variance values. So that is written over there. Then the standard deviation will become what? The root of variance. Root of sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square. Based on that, we will do one question. Then we are going for the final topic. This is the final topic. It is one of the most complicated topic, but we will learn with respect to exam point of view in a very simple trick manner. We will learn it. Now. Tell me. X is a normal variate with parameters 3, 36. Y is a normal variate with parameters 5, 64. Are two independent normal variates with standard parameter of distribution. Then if x plus y is a normal variate with parameter 8, a also follows a normal distribution, then the value of a is how much? Which property? Additive property. So x plus y can be written as what? A normal variate with 3 plus 5, 36 plus 64. That is x plus y is a normal variate with 8 comma 100. Instead of a, who is sitting here? 100 is sitting there. So answer is how much? 100. What if they are standard deviation? Answer will be root of 100. Answer will be how much now? 10. Yes, good. Tell me. If x and y are independent normal variates with mean and standard deviation mu1 and mu2 and sigma 1 and sigma 2 respectively, then z is another variate which is called as x plus y, additive property. Okay, follows normal variate with mean will be what? Mu1 plus mu2. We know that. And standard deviation will be what? Root of sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square. So option is how much? Option C. Everyone got this? Any doubt in this? Please tell me if any doubt is there. No? Fine? Yes, perfect. Now the final topic we are going for is area under a normal curve type of problems. It's very easy to understand. I'll explain you with one simple example. Okay. Now, what did I tell you in the beginning of the class? Where are we using this theoretical distribution or theoretical probability distribution? When are we using it? Any idea? I told you in the beginning to project. For short-term projection, we are using what? To predict something in the future, it is going to happen or not. Likewise, we are using what? Normal distribution. Correct? Now, if you ask me, can you find your probability of passing the examination? You can predict actually. Yeah, how many mock exams you wrote, how many mock exams you studied, and how many probability of your success rate, probability of your failure. Likewise, using binomial distribution, can you find it? Yes. You can actually predict how much is your chance of passing the examination. You can actually predict. Similarly, normal distribution is also used for what? For projection of short-term projection. So we need to know the area under a normal curve. Okay, we know area. What is the area under a normal curve? The total area under the normal curve is how much? 1. Now before that, sometimes the question will be like this. P of x less than 3. They will say that what is the probability of x less than 3? Okay, what is the case? Then here what we are doing is, rather than directly finding the answer, we will standardize the normal distribution. We will standardize the normal distribution and we will compare and get the answer. That is something we are going to do. All the things will come under the same graph. Whatever is the question, we will use the same graph to solve the question. That is the basic thing we are going to do in this. Now people, what do you mean by standardization? Any idea? Standardization. You guys are studying for examination. Okay, everyone is studying for examination. You are studying regularly 1 hour. Is that a standard? 2 hours. Okay, fine. You are studying regularly 2 hours. Is that a standard? Yes, that is the standard you are keeping. Or some person is telling, my standard is 4 hours. Every day I need to study 4 hours no matter what. That means one fine day, next day, he studied for 2 hours. That means he is coming up to the standard? No. His standard. I'm not talking about the normal standard. His standard or her standard? No. Next day, he studied for 6 hours. He is more than the normal standard. Then, next day. So, a comparison is there, right? To compare certain quantities and all, there is something to compare. So, in order to easy prediction using graphs, we can always standardize the given question or standardize the probability distribution. So we will standardize the variable itself. The x is our variable, right? We will standardize the variable, and the standardized variable is called as what? A standard normal variable. It is represented using z. Okay. Now, how are we standardizing? The method to standardizing is very simple. That variable minus mu divided by sigma. Have you seen it somewhere? Yes, in our f of x function, the power value is what? 1 minus 1 by 2, x minus mu divided by sigma, the whole square. So, x minus mu by sigma is our standard normal variable. Similarly, if 3 is there, we will find it 3 minus mu divided by sigma. Mu and sigma will be given in the question. We will find, for example, it will be like z less than 0.5. Area which is less than 0.5 is the answer we are going to get. Before that, we need to know this. How does a normal curve looks like when we are standardizing? People, what is the graph looking like? Almost perfect. Yes. Now, in the middle, what is happening? Who is there in the middle? Mu is there in the middle. I am standardizing it, okay? Instead of, what is the format of standardizing? Z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma. People, who is the x value over here? Mu. Mu minus mu is how much? 2 minus 2 is how much? 5 minus 5 is how much? 10 minus 10 is how much? 1000 minus 1000 is how much? No matter what, how big the number, the same number minus the same number is how much? 0. So the middle point will become what? 0. Then there is our inflection point. Mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. This will become minus 1 and plus 1. Then our next point, mu plus sigma and mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma. It will become minus 2 and plus 2. Next point, minus 3 plus 3, etc. goes on till minus infinity and plus infinity. Now I am going to ask you a question. You should think with respect to the graph and tell me. People, if I am cutting the graph into 2 equal parts, what is the total area under the graph already? It is 1. If I cut in the middle, how much is this area? From minus infinity to 0, how much is the area? 0.5. What is the area from 0 to plus infinity? 0.5. Now I am going to ask you a question. Probability of P of Z less than 0 is how much? Area less than 0. Area less than 0 means from 0 to minus infinity. How much is the area? 0.5. Now I am going to ask you, area less than or area in between minus 1 and plus 1. Area in between minus 1 and plus 1. Did we study that? What was the area in between mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma? That was how much? 68 point? Check. 28%. That is nothing but 6.6828. So area in between minus 1 and plus 1 will be what? 0.6828. Then area in between minus 1 and 0 is how much? Half of this. I already gave a glimpse of this with mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. It is how much? 0.3314. This is the area. Similarly, this is also this much. Now I am going to ask you another question. What is the area in between minus 3 and 0? 0.9978 divided by what? Divided by 2. 0.484965 something you are getting. Are you getting the logic? So that's how you will do the question for this. Now people, look here. So we are standardizing. Look here. P of x less than a. We are standardizing like what? P of z less than a minus mu divided by sigma. Then there is something called as phi of k. That is nothing but, you will read it like area up to k. What do you mean by that? Area up to k. What if the k value is 0? Area up to 0 is how much? From minus infinity to 0, area is how much? 0.5. Then you tell me, what is the area up to 1 plus 1? Area from minus infinity to 0 plus area from 0 to 1. Area from 0 to 1 we already found. That was how much? 0.3414. So 0.5 plus 0.3414. So area up to 1 is how much? 0.8414. That's how we are going to use this question. And we are going to solve the question using this logic I hope that you are understanding. I know it's a very complicated concept. If you ask me, this is one of the worst concept you need to learn. And I didn't explain it as it is. I explained it in a way how you will see inside the exam hall. If I explain it as a concept, it will take a lot of time and you will not understand anything. Since I draw the graph and I showed you, you understood what is happening. That's the case. You tell me now, what is the area up to 3 then? Area up to 3. If it is phi of 3, area up to 3 is how much? From minus infinity to 0, we have how much? 0.5. Plus, from 0 to 3, we have how much? That is 0.9978 F73 divided by 2 is how much? 0.4454986. So add that 0.4986 you will add, you will get it as 0.98 something you are getting. Correct? Yes, that is the logic. Now, I'll show you one question with respect to this, then I'll come to this. Okay. Now here, which question I'll take? Look here, people. The area of the standard normal curve between 0 and 1. That means the area in between 0 and 1 they have already given. That is how much? 0.3412 they have given. Then the value of phi of 1. Phi of 1 means what? Area. How will you read it? Area up to 1. Area up to 1 is nothing but area from minus infinity to 0 plus area from what to what? 0 to 1. Area from minus infinity to 0. Everyone knows how much is it? 0.5. Plus area from 0 to 1 is given in the question. That is how much? 0.3412. How much is your answer? 0.8412. Option B is your answer. Did you understand the logic, people? That's how you use it inside the exam hall. Understood? Now we will go for when they are telling. For example, sometimes they will say that P of X value is in between this and this. How to do that type? We are going to the second type. That is this one. For a range, when X value is in between A and B, are we going to change the standardization step? Nope. We will use the same standardization step. What was it? X minus mu divided by sigma. So X becomes what? X is nothing but X minus mu divided by sigma, that is nothing but Z. Then A will become what? A minus mu divided by sigma less than Z. Then B will become what? B minus mu divided by sigma. So you will represent this A minus mu divided by sigma as K1 and B minus mu divided by sigma as K2. So how to do this is, when it is of this form, you will write it as area of area up to K2 minus area up to K1. That's how you are going to do. When it is of this form, area up to K2 minus area up to K1. Can we solve one question? The logic for this question we are going to use in one of the previous year question which was asked from this. Look at this. For a certain type of mobile, the length of time charges of battery is normally distributed with a mean of 50 hours. So mu value is how much? 50. And a standard deviation sigma is how much? 15. A person owns one of these mobiles, wants to know the probability that the length of time will be between 50 and 70 hours is how much is the question. How to do this? Now people, so they are telling P of X value is in between what and what? 50 and 70. Correct. 50 and how much? 70. Sorry. So A value is 50, B value is 70. Now we are going to standardize it. How to standardize? P of A value will become what? 50 minus mu by sigma less than X minus mu by sigma is how much? Z less than 70 less 70 minus mu by sigma. Now P of 50 minus mu. Mu is how much? 50. 50 minus 50 is how much now? 0. Less than z less than 70 minus 50 is how much? 70 minus 50 is 20. 20 divided by 15 is how much? 1.33. So you tell me P of 0 less than z less than 1.33. So K1 is this much, K2 is this much. Can I write it as phi of K2 minus phi of K1? Now phi of K2 is how much? The phi of 1.33 minus phi of 0. Now people, area up to 1.33 is given in the question. How much is it da? Which is equal to 0.9082 minus area up to 0 is given out. We already know how much is it? 0.5. From that answer is how much da? 0.4082. Option C is the answer. Is it easy? If your question will look complicated, but the method is very simple. Understood? Yes. Got it. Next one. Now some of the special results. Area up to 1 is, area up to 0 is how much da? 0.5. Area up to infinity is how much da? From minus infinity to plus infinity is how much? 1. Total area is 1. Then one more thing. Phi of minus k. If it is negative, phi of minus k, then answer is what da? 1 minus phi of k. Very important. One question was there based on this. 1 minus phi of k. When k value is negative, we will take it as 1 minus phi of k. Then standard normal distribution is a normal distribution that has been standardized. We know about that. The mean will be how much da? 0. Because in the center it is becoming how much da? 0. Then standard deviation of this is how much da? 1. Keep a note of that. Mean is 0. Standard deviation is 1. How do you know that it is 1? Because the increment is happening with 1 only, right? 0 is becoming 1. 1 is becoming 2. Every time 1 is getting added. That's why the standard deviation is how much? 1. Variance of standard normal distribution. Tell me the answer. We know that sigma is equal to 1. Then variance is equal to how much da? 1 square, which is equal to 1. Option A is your answer. Now. This one is actually, it's not important. It was a previous year question. T-test can be used only when the sample can be taken from normal distribution. Just keep a note of it. Not important for you. It was asked very long back. Yes, sometimes they can ask again, because one time they ask, they can say that long back we asked, that time you didn't question. Why are you questioning now? You already give a glimpse that this question can be there. So you should know t-test is used for what? When it is normal distribution. Now, the final question. Yes. Then we have central moments. Look here. X be a normal distribution with mean 2.5 and variance what? 1. Then if mean is how much? 2.5. Mean is, the variance is how much? That is sigma square is equal to 1. Sigma is equal to how much? 1. Sigma square is 1 means sigma is root 1, which is equal to what? 1. Then P of A less than X less than 2.5 is equal to how much? 0.4772. Yeah, if you standardize, it will become what? A minus mu divided by sigma less than Z less than 2.5 minus mu divided by sigma, which is equal to 0.4772. Now the question is, the cumulative normal probability at 2 is, area up to 2 is what? 0.9772. We need to find the value of A is the question. How to do this? People, what is the value of mu? What is the value of mu? 2.5. So I will write it P into A minus 2.5 divided by 1 less than Z. That is nothing but what? A minus 2.5 divided less than Z less than 2.5 minus 2.5 is how much? 0, which is equal to 0.4772. Now, which is the easiest method to do this? Option hitting. Okay. Only one thing is given in the question. Area up to 2 is given in the question. How can, you tell me, how can that area up to 2 will come into the picture? Any idea? If A is equal to 0.5, put, if A is equal to 0.5, P of 0.5 minus 2.5 less than Z less than 0, which is equal to P of minus 0.5 plus 2 is how much da? Minus 0.5 minus, plus 0.5 minus 2.5 is how much da? Minus 2 less than Z less than 0, which is equal to, how will you write it? Which is K2 is this much, K1 is this one. That is K2, phi of K2 minus phi of K1. Phi of K2 is how much? Phi of 0. Phi of 0 minus phi of what? Minus 2. Minus 2. Phi of 0 minus of minus 2, I can write it as, we already told you, I can write it as 1 minus phi of 2. We already discussed that. Now, phi of 0 is how much? Area up to 0 is how much? 0.5. Then minus 1 plus phi of 2. Phi of 2 is how much da? It is given in the question. 0.9972. 9772. Correct? 9772 only, right? Yes. So how much is it? It is equal to 0.4772, which is equal to our desired answer. So our option hitting is correct. Answer is option A. Now my next question is, do you require to option hit first of all? No. The only value which will give this as 2 is how much da? Only 0.5 will bring it to 2. All the other answer will give us some other value. Can we find that some other value? No, it is not possible. So which is the only correct option? Option A is the correct option. Actually, you don't need to do the entire thing. You can directly go for what? Option A. That's all. That's your what? Normal distribution. Now we are going to the final topic of this chapter. If you ask me the number of questions in the previous year, only one question was asked. And this is not a previous year question. It is taken from your model test paper. And one question which we skipped in between. Do you remember I told you we'll discuss in the beginning binomial, I'll discuss towards the end. That question was there. Now, we need to know one by one. Central moments of distributions. Okay. First central moment is mu1. That represent mean deviation. So first central moment represent what? First central moment represent mean deviation or MD. You can write it as MD. Then for binomial, Poisson and normal, mean deviation is how much da? 0. Keep a note of that. Sometimes they will ask for binomial distribution, what is the first central moment? Then you will know 0. But sometimes they will ask, what is the mean deviation for binomial, Poisson and this much? That time you will be like, oh, what is it? Yes, answer is what? 0. Then second central moment represent what? Variance. So we know for binomial, what was the formula for variance? NPQ. What is the formula for variance in terms of Poisson distribution? M. What is the formula for variance in terms of normal distribution? Sigma square. So that is the answer. Is it going to change your answer? Sometimes, but it will change your question. Instead of directly asking you the variance, they can ask you like, find the second central moment. Can they do that? Yes, they can complicate the question that way. Yes. Now third central moment represents skewness. People, I'll randomly ask you a question. What is the third central moment of normal distribution? 0. Why? Because normal distribution is symmetrical. So answer is what? 0. But for third central moment or skewness, which represents skewness in Poisson is what? M itself. Then for binomial it is NPQ into Q minus P, or you can write it as NPQ into 1 minus 2P. Why? Because instead of Q, I will write it as what? 1 minus P. So 1 minus P will become what? 1 minus 2P. Based on that, we will do that question. Okay. Somewhere over here it was there. Yes, look here. Find the third central moment mu3. What is the formula for mu3? Mu3 is nothing but npq into 1 minus 2p. I will write it as n minus 2p. Then mean is 4. 1 minus 2p. Mean is 4. That means np is equal to 4. Then npq is equal to what? 3. From that you get me the value of q. So 4q is equal to 3. Q is equal to what? 3 by 4. Now you can write P is equal to how much? 1 by 4. Substitute over there. NPQ is how much? Already given. That is how much? 3. Into 1 minus 2 by what? 2 by 4. Get me the answer of this, which is equal to what? 3 into 2 by 4. LCM we are taking 2 by 4, which is equal to how much? 6 by 4 is your answer, which is equal to what? 3 by 2. Option C is your answer. Understood. Now people, what is the third central moment of normal distribution? 0. Yes, that can be a direct question. Third moment of normal distribution. It can be a direct question. Who knows? They will think in that angle. Always think in the exam point of view angle. Never think that, oh, will I pass? Think about what they can ask. Based on that, if you study any exams you can crack. Yes. Now, fourth central moment, not much important. Keep a note. It represents kurtosis. It is nothing but the tail of the graph. That is the basic meaning. Not important, but still look at the formula. I am not going to force you to study the formula and all. If you want, you study. If you have some spare time, study the formula. I'm not going to explain that formula also, because I know that at the end of the day what is going to happen. So what is the formula? Formula is nothing but binomial is what? Mu4 is equal to 3n square p square q square plus npq into 1 minus 6 pq. For Poisson the formula looks good. M into 3m plus 1. Then for normal the formula looks 3 into sigma raised to 4. For normal, that is the formula. Look at the question. The normal distribution having mean is equal to 2. Variance is equal to 4. Variance is equal to 4 means sigma is equal to how much? Root 4, which is equal to 2. Now find the fourth central moment. Mu4 is equal to what? 3 into 2 raised to 4, which is equal to how much? Tell me the answer. 3 into 16, which is equal to 48. Option C is your answer. I hope that everyone understood this. Clear up? Got it? Yes. That's all people. That's your easiest chapter in front of you in a very beautiful plate. Only thing is you need to eat it now and get the marks out of it. Don't vomit it. Yes. Get the marks out. Very easy chapter. Yes.